This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
You are looking live. Converse, Texas, D.W. Rutledge Stadium. We're back for our 15th anniversary season of Thursday Night Lights. And tonight we kick off the season with the Harlandale Indians visiting the Veterans Memorial Patriots. Good evening, everybody. I'm Don Harris, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikotinick, down on the sidelines. These are two teams that have played 3 times. This will be the 3rd time in the last 2 years, the 4th time in the last 5 years. They know each other very well. We hope to showcase tonight James Peoples, one of the top running backs in the country, who was given an oral commit to Ohio State over Alabama, Texas, and Oklahoma. He's banged up. He will not go tonight. In his place, we will see a junior running back, Chris Bassett. More on him in a second. But, Chuck, I know we want to focus on 2 very good defenses, including these linebackers, both for Harlandale and for Veterans Memorial.
No question about it, Don. I mean, you talk about Nico Rodriguez for Harlandale. You're talking about one heck of a stud. I mean, this guy, you watch this dude play football, and you're going to know right away you've been in a football game. This dude wants to play at the next level. He certainly looks the part. 6'1", 200 pounds, passes the eye test. You know, his brother played at Harlandale, was a quarterback, so 2 different players. But this Harlan defense, very veteran in and of itself. They've got 9 of their 11 starters back from last year, and we are looking forward to seeing them do their thing tonight.
And this Veterans Memorial defense only gave up 7 points in each of the 2 games that they played against Harlandale last year. One reason for that, senior linebacker Aaron Hoyle.
Yeah, Aaron Hoyle is a guy that obviously he looks the part too, right? 6'2", 205 pounds. He's got 1 offer from Rio Grande Valley to this point, but this dude got lasered, Don, at a UTSA workout where he went 4.5. So not only does he look the part, he runs the part. This is going to be a guy, I think, that once you get some tape on him this year, I think there are going to be a lot of schools lining up to get his services at the next level.
Well, I tell you what, we're having ERCOT power issues. They should tap into D.W. Rutledge because tonight will be electric. It's Veterans Memorial in Harlandale. We're coming back with our national anthem after this.
Coverage of tonight's national anthem is sponsored by the Vietnam Army Grunt Museum. You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Well, here we go. Harlandale and Veterans Memorial ready to kick it off here at Rutledge Stadium. Everybody so anxious to get it going that they got the national anthem done during our commercial break, and we're ready to kick it off. Albert Torres done a great job there at Harlandale. After the loss to Veterans Memorial last year in the opener, they reeled off 5 straight wins in their district. And here's the keys to the game, Chuck.
Yeah, well, initially going in, we thought we were going to see James Peoples, and Albert Torres thought that he was going to see James Peoples too, so they wanted to try to limit his impact. Obviously, that is not going to be a factor tonight, but they want to align with the times. They want their guys to be in the right place at the right time to try to stop some of these Veterans Memorial athletes. And again, kind of goes along with playing smart, right? Just do what you can do what you've been coached to do, and let's see what we got here in week 1.
Meanwhile, it's time for the Veterans Memorial keys to the game.
Well, Coach Bobby Irvin wants his team to protect the ball tonight. Might have a little more difficult time doing that with their stud not back there toting the rock. But he's got some other good ball players too. This is a coach that likes to coach and make plays on special teams, so they want to be able to take care of that aspect of the ball game and then control Zion Molina. This is a guy for Harlandale that started every game for them last year. he's a stud in his own right. So it will be a huge focal point for Veterans Memorial to try to stop what's going on with that Harlandale offense.
Bobby Irvin, the head coach there at Veterans Memorial, they had a great year last year, 9-4, 4-2 in district play. They too had a nice deep playoff run. They beat this Harlandale team in the opening round, then beat Mission Sherryland, and then lost to Corpus Christi Flower Bluff in a shootout. We, of course, had them on TNL late in the season last year against Kerrville Tivy. That was a fantastic ball game, and Peoples was a little banged up in that one. Of course, he had another fantastic summer, committed to Ohio State. And Chuck, we saw him walking around the sidelines tonight in street clothes, and he looks like a 32-year-old NFL vet.
He looked like that last year to us, right? I mean, he was a little banged up, as you said, in that ball game that we had him in, and then they sat him out a week to get him ready for the playoffs. But, you know, again, it's early on in the year. Peoples got nicked in the scrimmage that they had last week. I know the young man really wanted to play tonight, let everybody have a chance to see him play ball, but it's not going to happen. It's all right. We're going to pivot, and we've got some good, talented players here besides James Peoples here in week one, but it's a long year and just goes to show you, too, you know, some of this is you got to manage the season even in week one sometimes.
It is time for our Rhino Roofers opening night kickoff. The first half kickoff brought to you by Rhino Roofers. And speaking of great running backs, Harlandale will have it first, and we'll get a good look at Zion Molina here on this first series. That kick goes all the way into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and we'll get a look at Jacob Saucedo and that Harlandale offense first. Saucedo's a senior. He threw for 1,800 yards last year, including 14 touchdowns. And he's got a veteran offensive line in front of him, including team captain, the right tackle, number 55, Rene Casillas, and other seniors, including Alberto Reyes and Andre Reyes. He's got some juniors up front as well, so a veteran offensive line. And, of course, the bell cow will be Zion Molina, the senior running back who ran for nearly 1,000 yards a year ago. So here we go, first play of the season. 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Indians of Harlandale. They'll turn and hand to Molina right away on first down, and he's wrangled after just a gain of 2. Here's that starting unit for Harlandale that we mentioned. Molina will get the workload at running back. But again, Saucedo can do it all, run and throw. And being week one, we're going to see a lot of that, little pre-snap penalties. So we had some motion up front. It's a false start against Harlandale. That will back them up.
Second down.
Chuck, it's always hot the first few weeks of the season, but I don't know, being out there pregame, I don't know if I've ever felt like 105 or 107 or whatever it is out there. It is toasty.
Yeah, it didn't really feel too bad to me, but I don't have to play in it, so it's easy for me to say that it wasn't too bad. I mean, at least there was a little bit of a breeze.
There was a breeze, that's true. 2nd and 15. Saucedo wants to throw. He's pressured, but he escapes that. Now he's being slung down from behind. And a great job there by the Veterans Memorial defense. Nathan Ortega, the junior safety. Oh, excuse me, that was 6. That's Sebastian Walker, the senior.
Yeah, Sebastian Walker just doing a really good job staying at home, fighting off some blocks, and then staying with it, because we all know Jacob Saucedo is one elusive cat back there, but 6 wins this one.
3rd and long, flag down. Maybe a free play for the Indians as Saucedo runs, throws, lobs, has a man down there. It's caught to the 30, all the way down to the 25-yard line. For Harlandale is Roger Dominguez. They're going to pick up the flag. It was offsides, and so that play will stand, and a huge one for the Indians.
Just a veteran play by Jacob Saucedo. Knew he had the free play, so he's standing, looking around, and look what he does here. Doesn't just try to throw a BB downfield, just float it, let your guy run underneath it, less chance for error. Big, huge play for the Indians here in the first quarter.
Really nice throw by Saucedo, who just showed his touch on that one. Molina's got it, breaks a tackle, picks up about 5 as they move close to the Central Med red zone. And that brings us to our Texas Kidney Foundation player profile. Molina, a 3-year football player, a captain, 4-year track star, and look at that GPA, ranked 6th in his class. Guy can do it all. Second down, Saucedo looking calm, dumps it underneath to Molina. Little nice screenplay. Sniffed out nicely by the Veterans Memorial defense for a gain of only about 3. Chuck, looked like that one could have gone to the house, but nice pursuit.
Indeed it was. Veterans Memorial doing a great job on that one, pursuing to the ball, as you said. And then it looked like Harlandale had some blockers out there over on the left, but the way things developed, he decided to tuck it up and take it up the seam, and still a nice gain on the play for the Indians.
Sets up 3rd down and 4 for Saucedo as Harlandale trying to strike first here as the road team. Little play fake. Saucedo gets out of trouble, goes to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Harlandale strikes first. The Indians with the completion to Michael Palomino, and Saucedo showing why people are so high on him, Chuck. He looks like this game just slows down for him.
Well, I mean, he was an all-district performer last year, and that was the one thing that head coach Albert Torres said he really wanted to see this year was, let's see if we can get our stallion quarterback, Jacob Saucedo, to play a little more under control. And boy, was he ever on that drive. What a pivot in order to elude the tackler and then throw a strike downfield for the 6.
The extra point is no good, so the Indians take the 6-0 lead. And we will see the Veterans Memorial Patriot offense for the first time when we come back to Thursday Night Lights.
Game Time Weather is sponsored by Air and Plumbing Today.
That's right, time for our Air and Plumbing Today game time weather. It is 99 degrees, partly cloudy, wind out of the south-southeast at 8 miles an hour. You know what, though? It's great weather to play football in Texas. Better if it's about 79, but football's football. It's great to be back.
Indeed. Didn't it feel like a game night? You're walking in, or trying to get in, I should say. There was traffic all over the place.
Smell of the popcorn.
Oh, yeah. It was all good.
That return is blown dead at the 16-yard line. And we'll get a first look at the Patriots offense tonight. They're led by quarterback Clinton Dixon. He's a senior. Did not play a ton last year with the great quarterback that they had that we saw here on TNL. He backed up the senior and is now going to get most of the reps here this season. He played receiver a lot last year. Had 21 catches for 279 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, a lot of slot, and played behind C.J. Irving, and of course he's now at Mary Hardin Baylor playing football. Hello.
Opening night jitters. First ball snap, loss on the play. So he had a hard time holding that one. We take a look at the Harlandale defense. We talked about Nicholas Rodriguez, number 30, the linebacker in the middle. He'll be making a lot of tackles, and they are veteran up front with Chris Torres, Gavin DeLuna, and Julio Martinez. Again, Veterans Memorial in trouble. Gang tackled is Dixon. That was actually Anthony Areola on the loss. No, it was Dixon.
Now look at these Indians coming to play. A lot of guys in the backfield swarming to the ball carrier. Feeling some early life here.
3rd down and a mile for Veterans Memorial. Troy Flores on that tackle. That one's thrown over the middle and caught. What a throw. Nice job by Clinton Dixon to find the open receiver. That was Jaquan Downing, a junior, and they've got themselves a 1st down.
Yeah, 2-year starter is Clinton Dixon, and if your first pass of 2023 is going to be like that, and you can make it look that easy when it wasn't, you might be off to a good season. Man, that kid took a hit and delivered on time.
What a huge play that was, giving up a first drive touchdown, a sack, a mishandled snap. They looked like they were in all kinds of trouble, and this has given them second life here. 2nd down and 8. Dixon keeps, has a little seam up the middle. Still on his feet, and he's got another 1st down.
Really good play by Gavin DeLuna, the senior defensive end, to get back in this play, because if not, I think Clinton Dixon might be headed over yonder towards the end zone. 1 step away.
That's a countywide service company 1st down. Man comes in motion. Dixon hands down the sideline to the 30, to the 20, showing off all kinds of speed. Touchdown, Veterans Memorial. Chris Bassett says, James Peoples who? I can play, I'm a junior. Give me a touch and take it to the house.
Well, Veterans Memorial does a really good job, even if James Peoples is back there, of mixing it up and letting other guys get an opportunity. And James Bassett, boy, that one's good if we're playing touch. Right around the end and right into the end zone.
Rafael Nunez will try to give Veterans Memorial the lead. He does. The kick is good, and it's 7-6 Patriots. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. We told you it was going to be electric. T&L continues.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Lights right here on the CW35. Let's bring it down right here with Michael Hines, lucky enough to join us from Taco Cabana, our presenting sponsor. Another season of Thursday Night Lights, my friend. Nice to see you.
Nice to
Welcome
meet you
back
again.
to Rutledge Stadium.
Absolutely.
How's everything going at Taco Cabana this year?
Everything's going good. Right now, Taco Cabana is hitting their 45th anniversary in September, so we're having big celebrations coming up right now.
Yeah, there was a beautiful lunch today at the Taco Cabana right by our station for the 45th anniversary. Got mariachis and everything out there, so it was a great little celebration for it.
Yes, that was. It was a really good turnout. A lot of regulars came out. A lot of local community people came and showed their spirit and support about that. Taco Cabana we're going to continue for another 10, 20, 30 years right now.
Yep, and you guys got some great asada on the menu. I know that.
Absolutely. Right now, we still have our street tacos right now. The carne asada comes in a bowl or a 3-pack of street tacos.
I love seeing you at games because you always bring little cards for free tacos too.
Yep.
I mean, besides the great interactions, obviously, we got some good tacos coming as well.
Absolutely.
What else is going on at Taco Cabana that you guys would like to get out?
Right now, we're just going to continue to push our carne asada street tacos and get ready for the 45th anniversary at the end of September.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw these big souvenir cups that they got as well coming out for some of the drinks over there, so it's fantastic. But Don, Chuck, we'll send it right back up to you guys. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
45 years, Taco Cabana, remember the original store over there off by Hildebrand by San Antonio College, back when we were in high school.
I just remember the one over there on Pyramidal.
Yeah. I remember telling people, I went to the University of North Texas up in Denton. This was in the 80s, and I remember telling people about Taco Cabana, they didn't know what it was. They said they had Del Taco. I was like, come on, man. You don't know what you're missing.
Isn't Del Taco the one that sells not only tacos, but like French fries too? I mean, just some things that just don't go together.
Some of those fast food restaurants have tried everything. Saucedo scrambling. Now he's in trouble and he's dropped. Veterans Memorial defense making a play. That's Michael Irving with a G, not to be confused with the playmaker.
Well, they got some speed on this Veterans Memorial defense, and Saucedo, as elusive as he can be, just too much heat barreling down on him that time. Let's see if one of his teammates hooks him up and gets that shoulder pad right. There you go. Way to go, 21. Got your back.
That's why he's the third in his class. Saucedo straight drop, fires underneath, got another screen. This is Molina. Said, I fix your shoulder pads, so give me the rock. He does across the 30. Got a lot of it back. It was offsides on the defense. They'll decline that.
Yeah, Molina in space right here. Big fella trying to make a cut up the field does so nicely. Got a chance to talk to his dad, Brandon, before the ball game. He's the DC for Harlandale, so those two bopping heads every day at practice, but boy, he sure is proud of his son, and as well he should be. Great student. I know the young man wants to play college football too. He's going to have some opportunities to do something at the next level, and you got to like the work ethic and everything that young man's all about as not only a football player, but as a dude as well.
Manageable 3rd down and 4 here now. Saucedo tries to get him to jump. Call it 3rd and 3. Now resets. And he'll run option left. He'll keep, put his head down, dive for the stick. Got it. That'll be a 1st down. Countywide Service Company 1st down for the Indians, who did a nice job converting after a 2nd and 20 situation, had them backed up. Hey, by the way, if you have friends and family not in San Antonio area that want to check out TNL, remind them they can watch the game on Facebook. It's sponsored by Centromed. TNL Facebook streaming. 1st down for Saucedo. Fires out into the flat. That ball's incomplete. That'll set up 2nd down and 10.
Veterans Memorial lining up with just 3 guys rushing the pass at that time and then brought a delayed blitz. Jacob threw that ball a little quicker than he actually was thinking about doing when he first snapped the ball, or got the ball snapped to him, I should say. But he definitely will bring up 2nd down and 10.
Empty set. Molina now joins him in the backfield. They hand it him. He finds a hole. If he would have kept his feet, he would have gone. Instead, it's still a nice gain of about 6.5, 7 yards. I don't know where they spot it.
Yeah, Nate Ortega, who had 4 picks a season ago, comes up and torpedoes him pretty close to the line of scrimmage. Or yeah, I think that thing's going a whole heck of a lot longer.
That'll set up 3rd and 3 again. Molina's got a shoe issue. He gets that figured out. Trips to the left side. Single coverage bottom of your screen here on 3rd and 3. They go with Molina again, and he gets close to the marker. He's going to be short by just a little bit. Harlandale saying they think he got it. Maybe. Depends on the spot. It's going to be close.
Yeah, great job over there from center to tackle over on the left side with DeLuna, Rodriguez, and Reyes. These guys holding their own right now. Got some big fellas to run behind, too.
4th and about half a foot. Coach Torres and the Indians say we'll go for it. Their own 44 and a half.
Got him.
Got him to jump. Free play down the sideline, incomplete. Did you see a flag? I know he jumped, but I didn't see that they are calling it offsides. Or are they? I think they're calling it a turnover. It's going to be Veterans Memorial ball. We'll take a break. We'll have it figured out when we get back.
All right, and welcome back to DW Rutledge Stadium here on TNL. We have our newest sponsor here on TNL. We have Sammy Soto, Maribel Galvan with the Steel Jeep Dodge Chrysler and Ram. Hey, I didn't get it wrong, so that's good. Why did you guys decide to be a sponsor here on TNL this year, Sammy?
Well, we know Friday night lights, Thursday night lights are big here in Texas. Right now, that's number one thing, and Steel is a proud supporter of any community event, especially the students with their athletic events. So we want to be a part of that. We were appreciative to have the offer, and we took advantage of it.
There's nothing like it here in Texas, huh? Thursday night lights, Friday night lights, Saturday, any day of the week.
Football's big in Texas. Everybody knows that. And I tell you what, the athletes, the dedication, the effort, showing up, teamwork, but I got to give it to the parents. They're the ones that make it happen. So thanks, parents.
Thank you, parents. We greatly appreciate you specifically. So Maribel, can you tell us what's going on at Steel this year?
So right now at Steel North Star Dodge, we are offering our Ram Truck Month event, where we want you to take advantage of the sales that we have going on, which include $13,000 off MSRP price of 2023 Ram 1500s. Or if you're more interested in financing, you can take advantage of our 2.9% interest rate.
All right, well, nothing more exciting than that either, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of TNL. Chuck, Don, let's see what just happened.
Chris Bassett just happened again. Am I correct? 2 touches, 2 scores?
That was 26.
Oh, my bad.
Bassett threw the block downfield that ended up springing him here at the end. And you know what was so great about this play is you talked about Chris Bassett, is that block occurred probably 15 yards down the field, and that actually was the one that ended up letting Jaquan Downing take it to the house. 2 long runs here for the Vets. Woo! There it was.
What a block. D. Cleater. Veterans Memorial on top, 14-6. Welcome back. Veterans Memorial leads at 14-6, and you're looking at our Smile Cam, sponsored this year by Dr. Drake's Sleep Solutions. Can't help but smile when you've had a good night's sleep.
Yeah, good job by Harlandale, too, tonight. It was a little hectic getting into the ballpark, and they got here a little late. None of it was their fault. And, you know, sometimes it's kind of hard to pivot when you get knocked off your schedule there last second, but got to the ballpark here and just enough time, got warmed up, and you know, obviously went right down the field and scored. Now they got asked to counter after Veterans Memorial's had 2 huge plays running the football. They take a 14-6 lead here with 3:47 left in what's been a very exciting first quarter.
And the Veterans Memorial speed starting to pay dividends when you see it's not just James Peoples. They've got it everywhere.
Indeed, too. And I think sometimes, you know, maybe there's a sigh of relief if you're the opposition when you know the other team's big guy isn't playing. But I'm pretty sure Veterans Memorial has gotten Harlandale's full attention at this point.
That was tackled very close to the sideline. And a flag does fly, so they'll tack on 15 to that, and we'll be back in 15 seconds.
Do you know a San Antonio teen in 7th to 12th grade looking for ways to get involved in the community? They can apply to be a Project Worth Teen Ambassador today. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
All right, so they'll mark that off, and the Harlandale Indians will have better field position with 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. Very competitive first quarter. Coach Torres' Indians always very well coached. A lot of discipline in that program, a lot of tradition.
Yeah, hats off to Jacob Saucedo. I mean, on that last play where they had to walk off the field on 4th down, I saw what he did. So, you know, he thought he had a free play there.
Jet sweep here on 1st down, picks up about 4. Nice tackle there by Michael Irving again.
It's good speed from the linebacking core of Veterans Memorial with Perkins, Hennigan, Hoyle, and Warren. And those 3 beasties they got up front, Drake, Walker, and Irving, they're a handful.
That'll set up 2nd down and 7. Saucedo runs left, now wants to fire back across his body. Nice toss. It's complete for a countywide service company 1st down. Chuck, we've seen a couple of plays that he's kind of an artist.
Yeah, you know, Gunslinger comes to mind. It looks like he's channeled a lot of that down, but man, you're right. That was a great play. He okey-doked everybody with his shoulders. I thought he was going deep, but no, he just waited for his short guy to come clear, and man, it was a nice gain and a really nice job selling the long ball.
He's got really nice touch. That long throw early on the first drive, and then that throw right there, that's all touch. So many guys with great velocity can't make that throw because they overthrow it or they can't pull the string on it. And so there's an artistry to that. Very fun to watch.
He got hurt late last year and didn't play much in their matchup in the postseason against Veterans Memorial. But, yeah, I mean, obviously you like what you see in this young guy. And, man, it's going to be a heck of a senior year trying to stop him if you have to line up against Harlandale.
2nd down and 8. He hands to Molina and fakes the throw, and it's good for about 3. So that'll set up 3rd down and 5 as Harlandale will try to keep this drive alive and convert a 3rd down.
Some guys mixing it up here early, right? I mean, both of these teams, you're walking around before the game. I'm just impressed with the size of these guys and, you know, how well they can run. But, I mean, these guys really talk about evolution. They're big.
Straight drop. Saucedo under pressure, and he's sacked. And you got me if that's 8 or 9. I'm going to go with 8.
You would be correct, sir. J. Sean Perkins flashing there late. In fact, flashed so quickly, Jacob didn't have a chance to get rid of this. There he is from his blind side. Luckily, he lived to tell about it.
Huge loss. Sets up 4th down and our first punt of the game. And it'll be Saucedo dropping back to leading honors on 4th and 15. It's off a short kick that'll bounce out of bounds. And you see where they mark it at the 23. So Veterans Memorial will have about 44 seconds left here in the first quarter, the last possession of the quarter, and they lead it 14-6. Now it's time for a message from our sponsor, the Gomez Law Firm.
Hey football fans, Jose Rios here with the Gomez Law Firm, and we are proud to sponsor TNL. Mr. Gomez has been serving his community with trust and integrity since 1973. That is 50 years of law practice, 50 years of helping his community, 50 years of helping people in need, 50 years of helping people involved in all types of personal injury matters. So if you are in need, call the Gomez Law Firm because Gomez Law fights. Enjoy the game.
Got to see Mr. Gomez at our fall premiere the other day. Always good to catch up with him. Appreciate everything he does for Thursday Night Lights and in our community. Fine family.
Indeed, yep, enjoyed my few minutes with him as well. Great guy, and always taken aback by how big he is. You talk about size, right? And the evolution of the lawyer game, too, has gotten bigger. He's a big man, yeah.
Quite the practice, and he's a big sports fan. Fun to talk to him. All right, so let's see what Veterans Memorial does here with the last possession of the first quarter. They hand off for a huge gain. Good for another countywide service company first down, and that's Bassett filling in for James Peoples tonight. They're going to go quickly here as the clock ticks down inside of 25 seconds. Clinton Dixon getting the play from the sideline. Bassett goes to his right side. Down to 10 seconds here before they snap it. Probably going to be the last play of the quarter as he fires down the sideline. Great defense, and that's an Oski. That ball picked off. What a job defensively by Harlandale's Robert Acuna. Man for man, running right with him and turned his head and made a play.
Boy, what a great job by 33 Acuna. Stride for stride, had the inside leverage on this and just made sure that got his body in front of the ball there and made the play. Look at that. Can't cover a guy any better than what he just did.
So Harlandale's defense comes up big down 14-6 in this ball game. 3 seconds to go in the quarter, and they'll get the final play. Really fine job of running with the receiver.
Indeed. Carlos De La Vega led their team in interceptions last year, but Cunha making an early case for that with a huge play to get the ball back to the offense.
Final snap of the quarter, they run a little reverse, and it's blown up by the Veterans Memorial defense. Tavion Warren getting in the backfield to blow that up. And that's the end of one here at Rutledge Stadium. Veterans Memorial 14, Harlandale 6, but the Indians have the football in good field position when we come back. Welcome back. It's the Harlandale Independent School District halftime highlights, and Harlandale sponsoring themselves because the Indians got on the board first. Jacob Salcedo to Michael Palomino made it 6-0. Nice touchdown there as the Indians jumped out to the early lead, but there's been a lot of speed from that Veterans Memorial offense. Chris Bassett going 60 for 1 touchdown. Jaquan Downey did the honors on the next possession to make it 14-6 right here. And again, all speed from that Patriots offense. They've got it to burn, and they have a 14-6 lead here as we start the second quarter at Rutledge Stadium.
Yeah, making Harlandale cover the entire field, right? One long run to the right, one long run to the left, and the Vets got themselves a lead as we begin the second quarter.
Be second down and long after that sack. We'll call it 18. Ball's fired, and there's a collision of the game nominee. Nehemiah Pratt laying the wood to Michael Palomino after the short gain catch. Flag down on the play.
Yeah, great play all the way around, right? Great tackle, but hats off to Michael Palomino. I don't know how the heck you hold on to that one.
Holding on the defense downfield. 10 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Called defensive holding somewhere. Bobby Irvin doesn't agree with it. Moves the ball just north of the 45-yard line to the 46. That's an automatic first down. That's the biggest thing after that huge loss. Trips to the right, but they send one in motion. Salcedo got all day to throw if he wants to. Gets out of trouble, can run it now. And he does. He's across midfield and slides down at the 45 of Veterans Memorial. A little short of the first down. Second down at about 2.5.
Running for his life and gets down just in the nick of time. Great play by Jacob Salcedo to keep the drive moving here.
Man, he's just so impressed with his confidence level and just how he lets the game come to him. Just sees everything develop slowly for him. Nice touch on the ball. Fire out to the right-hand side, completes it for a first down as Harlandale continues to drive.
Yeah, really quick feet, and then flips it outside to Roger Dominguez, the senior. Nice little rhythm to this drive so far for Albert Torres and crew.
Pick up another countywide service company, first down. See the Harlandale coaching staff getting the play call in.
Can't wait to hear what your thoughts are on the helmets for Harlandale. New look in their 100th year of football.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Texas Longhorns 1969 helmet logo. Salcedo running for his life now. Gets out of trouble. Gonna heave it. A decent play on the ball. A decent chance for a completion, but good coverage that time by Rickwan Marshall. Yeah.
the junior safety.
Not only Raekwon, but Nate Ortega, Alfred De Leon, and Nehemiah Pratt. I mean, you couldn't ask for more time to throw the football if you're Jacob Saucedo. His guy's doing a great job giving him all day to throw. The problem is that just nowhere to go with the football because of the job that those corners and safeties were doing on the receivers downfield.
Here's a nice look at it by our camera crew as they gets his hand in just to knock it away. As Molina carries up the middle, good for about 4 yards.
Yeah, they're working on Zion Molina a lot here, right? In the early going. Hot outside, and he's getting a ton of carries. And Coach Torres couldn't say enough good things about that young man. He said he's first guy and last guy to leave in the weight room, too. Did a lot of early work here at Judson ISD.
3rd and 8. Saucedo buying time again. Sprints right in all kinds of trouble now, and he fires up that ball pick, but he may have been out of bounds. And again, it was Raekwon Marshall making the play on the ball, and good pursuit up front forced Saucedo to have to get rid of it on the sideline. That'll set up 4th down.
Michael Irving again. I know you've called his name a lot tonight, Don. Number 40. This guy's just doing a lot this evening. Little things like not rushing too far up the field, staying in his lane. It was one of those things late that he was able to collapse the pocket and then make Saucedo get rid of it before he wanted to. But again, great coverage on the back end.
So we'll see Harlandale go for it here on 4th down, but they're going to take a timeout first, and we'll take it with them. They trail Veterans Memorial 14-6, 9:28 to go here in the 2nd quarter at Rutledge Stadium.
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Harlandale faithful turning out tonight here on the road up in Converse. Rutledge Stadium, so many brilliant games played here over the decades. This district used to have just the one school, Judson and Wagner, and then Veterans Memorial. Known for its football right out here in this part of the city. Saucedo back to pass on 4th down and 8, going deep down the sideline, has a man, and that's picked off. Veterans Memorial thinking house. Going the other way across the 50 down to the 45 and then hit late is Nathaniel Ortega. He's fired up, making a play on the football.
Well, it was a sea of flags flying through the air, and at different times. You know, when Jacob Saucedo threw that ball, I went, okay, that's as good as a punt. But not so much, because that was one heck of a return after the interception was made.
So we might have an illegal block, and then we almost might have a personal foul late hit?
Sounds fair.
There are 2 fouls on the play. We have a live ball pushing the back on the return on blue. We have a personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense. Those penalties will be assessed in quarter of occurrence. 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and then 15 going that way. It'll be a 1st down for Veterans.
All right, so you're going to watch a referee get his exercise in. He's going to go 10 yards. What I always crack up is, watch him. He's going to go 10 yards back, and then he's going to turn around and go 15 yards this way instead of just going 5 yards this way to begin with. I guess he's getting his steps in.
Well, that was a heck of a play by Ortega. And, dude, your soothsaying skills are on point here in week 1. Nice job.
Well, we've been doing this a while, you know.
Ortega high point in that ball, and then again, the return just as spiffy.
So, yeah, not as good as a punt. Good as a punt and a really good return. And here come the Patriots. Bobby Irvin's team with another chance to put points on the board. They've got a countywide 1st down. And we'll see Clinton Dixon going to Bassett, and good pursuit by a whole group of Indian defenders.
Well, you're not kidding. A whole host of them on that one, including Jay Cifuentes and Jonathan Pettis.
And, of course, number 30 right there in the middle of your screen.
Nico, of course. You're going to find the ball, find somebody to play with.
Little cool wing formation here. They'll hand it on the stretch. Bassett trying to get the edge, does not. Again, good pursuit by Harlandale. And again, it's Nicholas Rodriguez on that pursuit. And we've got one of our cool player profiles on this young man. As you said, Chuck, at the top of the show, he's Mr. Everything. Runs track, got a 3.0. 3 years varsity, he's a captain. Really wants to play at the next level, got a football family, and I bet you he finds a way. Clinton Dixon comes, reverses field. He's got speed, he's got the 40, cuts back, got the 30, and he's gonna go score. Clinton Dixon to the house, touchdown, Patriots.
They go run some track after this. Wow.
That little juke move at about the 30 and just slowed the defender down enough to turn on the jets and beat him to the corner.
Looks like the parting of the Red Sea on the right side, and then a little stutter step and whammo. Down the sideline for 6.
Really nice play by Clinton Dixon. We have a celebration penalty for the spike. Let's see what the call here is. Our head referee, Ron Eisker.
After touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense, taunting. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. The touchdown is good.
I got another one, Chuck. Add it to my tally.
See, you're +2.
As many calls as I've gotten wrong over the years, yeah, I'm going to celebrate these.
We're going to have Nikki go ahead and keep score this year. We'll see where we end up after week 5.
Let's not. I'm bragging right now while I'm up a couple. Extra point is good. And coming up at halftime, we're going to spotlight a couple of area teams that are making a difference in our communities with the Beyond the Game program. Let's hear more about this great initiative from San Antonio Sports' Jenny Carnes and Valero.
San Antonio Sports has teamed up with Valero once again to recognize our high school and middle school teams that exhibit key values through their actions and efforts within their schools and the community. We are thrilled that Valero has joined our team. They are a company that lives their values and makes San Antonio a better place for all of us.
At Valero, we treat every day like game day. And this is a unique opportunity for Valero to support a program that showcases student athletes off the field who are building a foundation of values, integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service, so deeply rooted in Valero's culture and critical to success in life.
Teams will be recognized on CW35's Thursday Night Lights, WOAI News for San Antonio, and Fox 29 morning shows and weekend sports shows, and of course on social media. 4 teams will be recognized during the San Antonio All-Star football game in the Alamo Dome.
For over 40 years, Valero has given back to improve the quality of life in the communities where we live and work. Our employees have a passion for helping to build better communities and regularly share their time and talents. It's inspiring to see so many teams selflessly serving others, and we are proud to partner with Beyond the Game to recognize these outstanding students.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. You can visit sanantoniosports.org and learn more about the program and nominate your team today.
We've seen it over the years. It's a fantastic program by San Antonio Sports. So many schools, middle school teams, high school teams getting involved and doing great things in the community. As Veterans Memorial goes up 21-6 now. Still 7:49 to go in the second quarter. Harlandale's been very competitive, and but for some speed that they just have no answer for, they were playing this Patriots squad pretty evenly.
Well, you know, you come into a football game, and one of the things you'd love to do and you'd love to see if you're a football team is have some explosive plays. Well, Veterans Memorial has had 3 of them tonight, despite the fact that James Peoples isn't in the building. So this goes to show you, I mean, if you're going to play these guys in 2023, you know you're going to have to deal with James Peoples, obviously, but they got some other guys that can hurt you as well.
I'm tempted to call him Ha-Ha Clinton Dixon.
That has crossed my mind 3 times tonight.
Little pooch kick. Fair caught right at the 46-yard line. So good field position for the Indians here. Still plenty of time here in this second quarter to get something going.
I think we're vibing tonight, dude. I had to stop myself 3 different times with the Ha-Ha Clinton Dixon.
Yeah, you think he gets that a lot at school?
That's not a bad guy to be.
Yeah.
You're going to be, somebody's going to okey doke your name.
All-American. Getting a look at the ROTC members here on Dr. Drake's Sleep Solutions Smile Cam. Dr. Drake's Sleep Solutions for your apnea and snoring issues. New to the team here on TNL. Appreciate his support of high school football and Thursday Night Lights. Saucedo letting it fly. And just do it over the wrong shoulder for Roger Dominguez, who already has a big catch tonight.
Indeed he does, and I know we've talked about Raekwon Marshall. Safety, it's just a junior again, running stride for stride down the field. Fun to watch Jacob Saucedo spin a football, that's for sure. Just loading up and letting that one fly.
Good pursuit by Irving again. Saucedo's going to be under trouble, under pressure. Irving almost got him. Threw a good ball to Molina, who just couldn't quite turn around and grab it. But another athletic play by Saucedo. If that's complete, Molina might go a ways.
I was thinking the same thing. I thought they were going to throw a flag right there too for a false start, but did not come. So Harlandale's going to be facing 3rd and 10 here, and they could really use a first down and even more so a touchdown at this point right before the half.
3rd down and 10 for the Indians. Players starting to get a little bit of relief from that heat as the sun starts to set. Saucedo now directing traffic, fires that one high, one-on-one coverage again, and it's picked again. Same type of play, same guy, Nathaniel Ortega across midfield again, and now the ball's out. Harlandale may have gotten it back. 2 picks from Nathaniel Ortega. And Yashea Taylor makes the recovery to keep it Patriot ball. And a flag down. Ortega's got a season's worth of picks right here in the
I'm talking about
first half.
Making an early play for our player of the game. I mean, you can't play DB any better than these guys are playing. Ortega in particular, look at him tracking it the whole way and then high points it again, and another spiffy return.
And what I like about him is he's thinking score the football.
Like a lot of these guys are looking for some ways to make some blocks down the field too. Like Aaron Hoyle clipping a couple of guys down there.
Just look at those guys. Football's fun, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
They're living their best life right now.
And clipping's not the right word, blocking guys. I mean, it was absolutely pure what he was doing.
Inside handoff right up the middle.
Look out.
That's Bassett to the 30. He's got that speed again. And almost took it to the house. Got it short of our Central Med red zone. It's another countywide service company first down, though. And it's going to be spotted right at about the 24-yard line, 23 and a half.
Nice trap blocking to spring the runner. And I'll bet you Nicholas Rodriguez has run about 5 miles tonight, came down and made a play on the back end.
Another handoff, and good tackle that time by Harlandale's Troy Flores. Bassett's getting a good workout. He'll come out for a little bit of a rest, and Dallas Harrell comes in. And we've got the backup quarterback in, Alex Lopez. And that's handed to 26. He's already scored tonight. And down inside the Central Med red zone, down to about the 3-yard line, is Jaquan Downing.
Yeah, and as a sophomore, he got a couple of carries, but this guy, having a nice night here to break out his junior year.
We've got an Indian down right at about the 3-yard line. That is Robert Acuna. They'll check on him. We'll take a break and check on him when we come back. 6:18 to go. All Patriots right now.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Steele Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Centro Med, Countywide Service Company, Dr. Drake Sleep Solutions, Christus Children's, San Antonio Sports, Valero, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, Vietnam Army Grunt Museum, Beluga Air, Rhino Roofers, Texas Kidney Foundation, Air and Plumbing Today, Ron Hoover RV and Marine, Harlandale Independent School District, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
We've got an extended delay here as they continue to work on Acuna, Robert Acuna, and medical staff down there taking their time, making sure that using all the proper precautions. Medical staff from both teams down there as players from both sides have taken a knee. And they've gotten some help from team doctors as well, so.
Yeah, we'll hope for the best because he has not moved and they've got a brace down there, so I don't want to speculate, but obviously there's a lot of concern for Robert Acuna.
Bringing out the cart here.
Hey guys, he is moving his arms and his legs right now. I think this is just out of an abundance of caution, but he does have movement.
That's good. That's great news. You know, Texas high school football does a great job with the UIL on all these stadiums with the proper medical personnel and equipment on hand, including those defibrillators that are on hand at every stadium and required. Multiple EMS units are always staffed at these games, and so I'm sure he's getting the highest quality care right now. And we'll go take another break, get another break in while they continue to attend to the young man, and we'll check on him when we come back. And we're back as they continue to attend to Harlandale Indian player Robert Acuna. Good news is, as Matt Roy has reported, he does have movement in hands and legs. In the meantime, we can take a look at our upcoming schedule. Next week, Sotomayor making their TNL debut for the first time ever. They'll take on South San. We've got Brennan twice this year, including big game against district foe Harlan. We're going to the Hill Country for Canyon and Bernie Champion. The Rock Pile for Sam Houston and Edison. We've got Brennan again, another big district game with O'Connor. What a rivalry couple of weeks coming up after that with Steele, New Braunfels, Clemens, Judson. Clark takes on Roosevelt. We end the season with Lee and Churchill. Boy, that used to always end the season back in the 70s, back when only one team would make the playoffs, and the winner of that game might have a chance to win a state championship back in the old Tommy Kramer, Cody Carlson days of the 70s and 80s. And that's good to see. Acuna obviously in some pain, but he's moving his arms and being comforted there by the coaching staff. Obviously shaken up. And we will pray for his very best outcome.
Indeed.
You could see just the young man very, very moved emotionally there. I'm sure there's a lot of fear as well, but he'll get good care. His teammates coming over to wish him the best.
That's a rough scene.
Yeah. Feel for any parent who's ever had to deal with something like that. Try to get an update on his condition later in the game. But it's always good to see when you've got the extremities moving. It'll be hard for this team to get back to work. We saw that last year was UTSA football. There were some absolutely horrifying breaks. I remember Frank Harris was in tears a couple different times last year. DeCorian Clark's leg injury was just gruesome. We couldn't even show it. And when it showed up on video, it was like, oh my goodness. Football's a rough, rough game. Somehow these kids are resilient and continue to come back. Get back to work here as Veterans Memorial will hand off inside, 6:15 to go here. After that big run by Downing inside the 5, now they'll try to punch it in, leading this game 21-6 and trying to put more points on the board before the half.
Troy Flores coming in and making a nice play right there to stuff that one.
Another handoff, trying to string it outside. And again, the Harlandale defense bows up. A couple of different Indians getting through there to make the tackle, including Renee Cantu, who's done a nice job, and Troy Flores again.
Let's see why they like him as a team captain. I mean, he's been around the ball a lot tonight himself.
So this goal line looked like they were going to punch it in quite easily inside the 5. Now, a couple of losses on these plays. It's down back to 3rd and goal from the 9. The pass to the corner, that's caught, that's touchdown. Veterans Memorial, Downing with his 2nd score of the night.
Nice ball by Quentin Dixon rolling to his left, huh?
Yeah, lulled him to sleep with the stretch runs and then a rollout throw for the touchdown.
Here we go, 3rd down, gotta have it. Rolling to his left, no problem. Right on time and right on dime.
Alex Lopez, the backup quarterback, getting it done. Extra point makes it 28-6 and gives us time to tell you about the band grant. As always, one of the high schools seen on TNL this year will win a $5,000 band grant. It's all based on your votes. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit the cw35.com/stations/contests. You must be 18 and live in our viewing area to vote. The $5,000 band grant sponsored again by Christus Children's.
I beg your pardon, Don. That was Alex Lopez dropping that down.
Alex Lopez coming in and getting the job done. Getting ready to see the halftime festivities as spirit groups are down on the track, getting ready for their moment in the sun.
The Central Med halftime show just around the bend.
Matt Roy will bring us all the Festivities, Scholar Athlete, plus performances by both bands and spirit groups. We've still got 5 minutes to go here, though, in the second quarter with Harlandale getting the football back, trying to make this a game of it. The score looking eerily familiar. Last year's 2 scores in these matchups. Veterans Memorial hung half 100 on Harlandale last year. I think it was 57-7, and it was 38-7 when they met in the playoffs. 53-7 first game of the year a year ago, and last game of the year for Harlandale was a 38-7 loss. So again, this score very familiar. Or as I like to say, Chuck, familiarity.
I had a little problem with that word today, didn't I?
No. It's a hard word to say.
Normally not.
Familiarity. Yeah, it is.
It seems to
Your mouth doesn't want to do what it requires.
It seems to have sprung its head several times today.
Isn't it weird how you don't hear a word ever and then you hear it like 3 times in the first day you ever hear it?
That's kind of how that was for me today with familiarity.
You don't say it very often, and then all of a sudden you're required to say it 5 times in one day.
Right, and especially with these two. I mean, because for Harlandale, this is the 3rd time they've played these guys in their last 12 ball games.
Yeah.
So
there's quite a...
One thing to have them on the schedule, it's another thing to be seeing them all the time.
So what you're saying is between the 2 teams, there's quite a lot of familiarity.
What you said. You saw Jacob Sacedo had a rug burn there on his left elbow. It's been quite a night for him. He's had some time to throw the football. He's having a hard time having receivers find openings there on the back end.
And he's had to throw a couple of jump balls that were picked off as this ball finds the seam. Nice cutback. Nice tough run, too. By number 16 there. That's Joseph Esparza. He's a senior, 5'6", 135. Not a big guy, but not afraid of contact. And it's countywide service company first down for the Indians. Tick inside 4 minutes here to play at the half. Getting some social media react too. People wanting to know about that 100 on the helmet. It's the 100th year anniversary of Harlandale High School, which has turned out some of the all-time greats in our city's history, be it boxer Jesse James Leha, former Mayor Henry Cisneros, Rich. You know, every time I go down to Harlandale Memorial Stadium, whether it was the Frontier Bowl or whatever, they have such a great football tradition. You see on the side of the road, there's the Harlandale Little Cowboys and the Harlandale Little Indians. It's like their little YMCA groups. They love football on that side of town.
I just think of some of the great players they've had there, right? Toby Carodi comes right up at the top. Renee Palomino, man, they had some good ball players go through there. Remember Toby working out at one of the fields here, and a bunch of pro scouts out there looking at him, and a very windy day, but that guy could turn the wind around.
Yeah.
That arm.
Boy, they were fun to watch that year. Back when they played that Frontier Bowl on natural grass, had the barbecue grills cranked up every year, tailgate parties, McCullum and Harlandale both. What a rivalry. Ball's complete, 2 minutes now from halftime as the Indians mount a drive here. That ball completed to Renee Renteria.
And Coach Torres is talking about, you know, we don't have a lot of stats guys on the outside, but he really likes all their guys' quickness, their ability to get open in small spaces, and we've seen a little bit of that on this drive.
Yeah, they've got a 4th down here. I think they thought they had moved the sticks, but it's 4th and very short. Last time they tried to get him to jump, thought they did, so they didn't run the football. And this time they'll run it and get it. It's Molina right up the gut, big gain. It's good for a countywide service company first down and a lot more And Harlandale with threatening to score now. Plenty of time left, 1:25 and counting.
Yeah, when in doubt, give it to your stud, 21. Look at that, falling forward to get him a couple of more. Nice run there on 4th down to keep the chains moving here towards the end of the half.
Saucedo, straight drop. Got crossing routes. Now he's got another receiver breaking open, and he's got him. But it's dropped at about the 20, right through the hands of Joseph Esparza. And you could see as that play developed just how good Saucedo is at checking down to the guys that are going to be open.
Yeah, I could have run with it too, obviously, but man, delivered a dime on time. Just weren't quite able to make that connection.
Kind of ate him up, turned his hands around. 60 seconds to go here in the half. Harlandale with 2 timeouts. Saucedo checking down again, looking for this running back. Now he's going to fire. Got a man down there, incomplete, but you just got to like the way he buys time. Flag down, so there's probably going to be some sort of holding against the Harlandale offensive line back, trying to protect Saucedo as he was running around back there.
There is a
Holding on the offense, 10 yards from this previous
Nick, you still
spot.
keeping score?
Repeat, 2nd down.
I knew that was coming. 3 for 3. Let's see if we can pick it up here.
Yeah, there's a block in the back right there. He buried Michael Irving.
Michael Irving's had a heck of a ball game. He's played on the other end of the line of scrimmage often this evening.
And Coach Torres will take a timeout, and we're back in 15 seconds.
Hey San Antonio teens! Are you looking for ways to share your voice, creativity, and ideas on ways to positively impact the community? Become a Project Worth Teen Ambassador. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
Bobby Irvin trying to get into the half with this 28-6 lead. His defense going to have to bow up and keep the Indians out of the end zone as they're in good field position at the 45. Plenty of time left and 1 timeout, which brings us to one of these great Chris Kotfus TNL flashbacks. Our historian, our producer, our Mr. Everything, Chris Kotfus, has come up with these brilliant flashbacks.
Santos gets the call again on 1st and goal, and he will walk into the end zone. Hand off to Santos and a lot of room to run past the 30-yard line. To Santos, plenty of room, left side, touchdown.
Give the line the credit. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be running the way I do. It was great.
Paul Santos, flashback 2010. Long, long time ago on TNL, celebrating our 15th anniversary season.
As Mr. Watts was pointing out in the truck, how about the pad differential?
Oh, yeah. Go back to the 80s, too, you know, where they had the big sleeves hanging off the giant pads. The big thigh pads. 2nd and 20. Saucedo wanting to go deep again. Now he's run out of time. He dropped the football. Had a man had he unloaded it early in the route, but it was double covered late. And now Veterans Memorial is going to take a timeout because you know, hey, we can get the football back here. With the speed that they have, they're always thinking score. And Chris is going to flash us back again. 2009, the very first year of TNL. Let's take a look.
Coach tells us come out and take each play at a time, and just every play is going to be probably a good play or a bad play. But also I like to think about linemen. Without my linemen and also my offensive unit, we wouldn't be able to just put up the points that we did with execution. Just like think about our offensive linemen, and that tomorrow they will begin their bean and cheese tacos in the morning.
Oh, man.
They're having fun.
Very nice.
Willie Culpepper buying breakfast tacos back in the day for the Brackenridge Eagles, and now he is a assistant coach for these Harlandale Indians.
Yeah, I wonder if he's got any eligibility left.
I wonder if he's got any more tacos.
Oh, that was fantastic. Funny how that soundbite like stands the test of time, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, get your offensive lineman
Get him
fed.
fed.
Absolutely.
No, that's good stuff.
Previous play, loss marked down at the midfield stripe, brings up 3rd and long for the Indians.
You'll see Jacob was kicking himself a little bit. You're right, he was loading, he wanted to go deep, and then it's kind of the feet betrayed him there at the end.
3rd and 26. Got time to throw again. Now he doesn't. It's Irving in pursuit again. Gets rid of it, caught. It'll be down there by contact, complete, short of a first down. Ball will be spotted at about 47. Veterans Memorial take another timeout because they want the football back.
That is better. Second timeout.
And Chris Koffes now is officially on something.
I was going to say, with all these flashbacks, man.
Psychedelics. Chris Koffes, let's flash back. Let's just go for a brief moment in time. 2019. Roll it. Paulette back. Wants to throw it. Holds. Now goes deep. Got a man breaking open, and he hit him. Veterans Memorial. Paulette keeps. Paulette's got room. Paulette splits the defense. Paulette. Touchdown. Veterans Memorial.
Always making a play. You just got to keep the play alive and just got to make something happen for my team. You know, I have a whole bunch of love for them.
Tacos. Because, you know, Willie Culpepper, he kind of set the bar 10 years earlier. Kalik Paulette at Cal Poly now.
How about that? These guys go on and do great things, right?
Absolutely.
Not a surprise when they show out here under the lights.
So 4th and 23. And Irving giving his return team a chance to make a play, but that ball will check up.
Nice punt.
And sit down at about the 13-yard line with only 12 seconds to go. So Irving's strategy may change here with a knee in the victory formation most of the time, unless he wants to take a shot. Hey, each week we bring you our TNL Top 10 best teams in town, and preseason number 1 this year, the Steel Knights, followed by Judson, Reagan, New Braunfels, Johnson, Brennan, Warren, Smithson Valley, Veterans Memorial, and Harlandale going back-to-back here tonight, 9 and 10. Great players around town, including that young quarterback, Johnson. Still just a junior. Ty Hawkins, who's committed to TCU. And the young man we thought we were going to see tonight, but is not, James Peoples. So Veterans Memorial will take that 28-6 lead into the locker room as the clock hits 0. And when we come back, we will have our Central Med halftime show. Matt Roy will lead you through it. We've got our Scholar Athlete of the Week. And we will hear the best part of the night for a lot of fans, the spirit groups and the marching bands who work so hard to bring you great entertainment during the halftime show. For now, let's go down to the field and Matt Roy.
All right, I got Coach Irvin here with the leading Vetch Memorial Patriots. You guys have really had a lot of big plays so far. Was that kind of what you were aiming for going in, or is it your offense working?
Well, we're just trying to execute the offense, and our kids have done a great job doing that. We've got some really good blocking up front and on the perimeter, and have some guys that have made some big plays for us.
First drive of the game, their quarterback made a play downfield on an offside call. Then you guys kind of tightened it up. What were you telling your guys after that play?
Well, we know that he's a really great athlete and that he makes plays with his legs, and then he can find guys that have gotten open on scramble. So we knew that coming in, and we just got to go in and halftime make some good adjustments.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Matt. Bobby Irving takes his team into the locker room with the lead, and when we come back, it's time for the Central Med halftime show coming up right here on TNL.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, the Gomez Law Firm, Steele Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, Centro Med, Countywide Service Company, Dr. Drake Sleep Solutions, Christus Children's, San Antonio Sports, Valero, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, Vietnam Army Grunt Museum, Beluga Air, Rhino Roofers, Texas Kidney Foundation, Air and Plumbing Today, Ron Hoover RV and Marine, Harlandale Independent School District, and Monarch Trophy Studio. Welcome to the Centro Med Halftime Report.
All right, well, welcome back to GW Rutledge Stadium here in Converse for TNL. We have a good game going on, 28-6 right now for Veterans Memorial. And let's hear a little bit from the Harlandale Marching Band. A little bit earlier, we spoke to Harlandale's band director, so let's hear from him right now.
My name is Rush Gongora. I'm the head band director at Harlandale High School, starting my 3rd year. It's very hot this year. We had to go ahead and put up canopies, so whenever we take our little water breaks, the kids have some shade to cool off for a couple minutes. When I took over a couple years ago, we're about 65, and now this year we're about 120, so we definitely grew within the couple years that I've been here. We're about middle range with classes, but we've been having a couple tubas since I've been here, but this year we have 5 tubas, and they're all freshmen. We're moving. We're going 100 miles an hour, and it looks like we're going to be able to do 2 out of our 4 movements. It's a John Fannin show from the composers from Tennessee, and it's called Wait. Time Waits for No One. Shout out to my staff, my assistants, Tisha Bonilla, Clay Kluglin, Frankie Martinez, our color guard instructor. He's a 3rd year instructor, and he's doing such an amazing job with the guard. We grew from 7 to like 17 this year. So he's doing a great job, and it's just, we have to be firing on all cylinders in order to make things work. I'm really excited just to see where this band program is going to go within the season, and to see these incoming freshmen. This is actually our biggest freshman class that I've seen while being here at Harlandale, and just seeing these kids grow as musicians, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
All right, y'all, it's that time. It's time to vote for the Christus Children's $5,000 band grant. To vote for the Harlandale Band, scan the QR code on your screen or visit cw35.com/station/contests. You must be 18 and live in our viewing area to vote.
San Antonio middle and high school athletes are doing great things for our community. San Antonio Sports and Valero are shining a light on teams and individuals who model key values through their actions. This week, we salute 2 schools whose community projects demonstrate beyond the game values. During the summer, Seguin High School's girls soccer team organized a 4-day youth soccer camp. The team led drills and skill obstacles to help more than 90 kids improve their game. To kick off the school year, members of John Jay High School's football team and cheer squad visited with students at 2 elementary schools, opening car doors, welcoming them back to school, and hosting a pep rally to get them excited for the upcoming year. These athletes demonstrated the beyond the game values of integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. San Antonio Sports and Valero salute high school and middle school coaches who inspire their athletes to serve others. Parents, teachers, and coaches can nominate teams and individuals that go beyond the game. Visit sanantoniosports.org.
You're watching the Centro Med Halftime Report.
All right, welcome back to Rutledge Stadium here for Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights presented by the Gomez Law Firm. If you guys like Thursday Night Lights, Friday Night Lights, Saturday Night Lights, any sort of high school athletics, make sure you tune into our podcast. It's called Sneakers and Cleats. We do that with News 4 and Fox 29 here in San Antonio. And every Wednesday we come out with a high school episode. So me, Don Harris, Chuck McGettinig, all of us kind of breaking down the week's matchups, breaking down the TNL matchup. And also once TNL and football are over, we'll get into some other sports as well. So we'll get to baseball, we'll get to basketball, we'll get some volleyball going on, maybe even some water polo. We got great track and field athletes here. The point of it is, let's get involved in the community. Let's get involved with these athletes. We have so many great athletes, schools, coaches, athletic trainers, bands here inside or in San Antonio. This is our opportunity to highlight them. So if you need, scan that QR code that was up on your screen, and you will be fully immersed into high school athletics here in San Antonio. But without further ado, the Vet Memorial Marching Band is coming onto the field right now. They're led by band director Jeremiah Bruni. So let's take a listen in here once they get started. To vote for the Veterans Memorial Marching Band, scan the QR code on your screen or visit cw35.com/station/contest. You must be 18 years old and live in our viewing area. Thanks again to the Christian Children's for sponsoring this year's $5,000 band grant.
You're watching the Centro Med Halftime Report.
Well, welcome back to Rutledge Stadium. You know, Steele, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram is a proud sponsor of this year's TNL Scholar Athletes of the Week. Each week we recognize outstanding student athletes from the schools playing on TNL. And at the end of the year, Steele, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram will present a $10,000 scholarship to one of the students featured this season on TNL. Our David Chancellor introduces us to this week's Scholar Athletes from Veterans Memorial and Harlandale.
Anthony Ariola is a young man of many talents. 91 GPA, class treasurer, community servant, and a varsity athlete in football, soccer, and track. But there's no doubt which sport he loves most.
I'd say I'm a football guy who plays a little bit of soccer. I started out playing soccer when I was very little because I think I wasn't old enough to play football yet. But right when I stepped on that football field, I fell in love with it and I couldn't go back.
But his passion is people, especially kids, which makes him a natural mentor for elementary school students in the district's POW program.
I would say the most I enjoy about that is going over there and seeing them, I make an impact on those kids' lives and I bring joy to their day. Every day seeing them walk into the room and we're there, you can tell it brightens up their day so much.
you're a teenage role model. I mean,
Yes, sir.
that's what you are. Is that something?
Right.
Is that something Mom and Dad have talked about, and something that you kind of, take to heart?
Yeah, they're always on me about just being a good person, and that's just kind of how they always raised me, was just do right, and good things will come to you. So that's what I just try and do every single day.
I think they did a good job. I think message got through. Do you remember the last B you got?
Valid question to a guy who doesn't get many. Harlandale running back Zion Molina has a 3.99 GPA.
What do you hate more? Speaking of B's, what do you hate more, getting a B or losing to McCollum in the Frontier Bowl?
The Frontier Bowl loss. that nothing will hurt way more.
The rivalry game comes with a twist at home. Mom went to McCollum, Dad now coaches Zion at Harlandale. So there's always a friendly debate about football, especially when Dad's defense goes against Zion and the offense.
You guys have, not fights, but you guys have a little back and forths at home talking about practice and, hey, I got your defense, or hey, we got you guys earlier today?
Yeah, a lot of smack talk in the car rides back home.
Yes, I bet.
As for that infamous B, it was last year in a college-level physics class.
They gave you an 89, and they wouldn't, it's 1 point, they wouldn't bump that thing up to an A?
Yeah, I was trying to talk to my teacher, ask for what I could do, but it was just not happening.
No problem. He'll take a win over McCollum this year instead.
You're watching the Centro Med Halftime Report.
Welcome back to the Central Med Halftime Show, where the Veterans Memorial Patriots lead the Harlandale Indians 28-6 here at the half. And it brings us to our Harlandale Independent School District first half highlights, and it was the Indians who scored first. After a long pass to Dominguez, Jacob Saucedo hit Michael Palomino to make it 6-0 of this 23-yard touchdown. But that did not last long because speed for the Veterans Memorial Patriots. Chris Bassett goes 60. That put the Pats on top 7-6. And then Jaquan Downing had 2 touchdowns in the first half. This is the first one. He's got the edge. And Chuck, he showed speed as well.
You're not kidding. We talked about this in the first half. Making Harlandale defend the entire field. They go right for a long one and then hit a home run on the left side.
Veterans Memorial kept it up in the second quarter thanks to the defense of Nathaniel Ortega. Not 1, but 2 picks for Ortega as he returned them for big yardage. Almost identical interceptions. That led to a couple of more touchdowns. Clinton Dixon changing direction. He turns on the Jets. That made it 20-6 as he went the distance on this play. And then, as we talked about, Jaquan Downing had another touchdown. Nice stutter step there by Clinton Dixon. Chuck, it's iffy. Almost said, ha-ha, Clinton
100%.
Dixon.
As soon as he made that pivot, he went,
ha-ha, Clinton Dixon. Nathaniel Ortega coming up with his second pick here. And as I said, identical. He had big returns on both. And that set up Jaquan Downing's second score of the game. Nice ball there by the backup quarterback, Alex Lopez, for 6. And that's what brings us to our current score, 28-6. Third quarter action straight ahead. We're coming right back with it on TNL. And we are back. The Indians taking the field, hoping to jump back in this game here against Veterans Memorial. The Patriots, here they come. Despite not having their star running back, James Peoples, they have a commanding 28-6 lead. You see how much talent they have on the offensive side of the ball. Lots of speed and big plays have been the name of the game here tonight.
Indeed, they have been. I mean, you talk about, really Harlandale's done a good job moving the football, but they've had some drives stalled. I mean, those interceptions were huge. Drive killers. Obviously, one of them was, 4th down, so they were just throwing it up for grabs and hoping they could make a play down at the end. But, again, these possessions are precious, especially the way that Veterans Memorial has moved the ball in the first half. This is going to be a huge series for the Harlandale defense to see if they can get a stop and get their ball back to their offense and see if they can start tilting this game back in their favor.
It's our Rhino Roofers second half kickoff, and that one will jump out of bounds right inside the 5-yard line, so the yellow flag will fly. And the Patriots will probably elect to just take the yardage and the field position. And if they don't, I'll only be +2 on the night.
Not that you're keeping track.
Hey, that was your thing. You asked Nick to keep track.
And I don't think that he is, so. Are you, Nick?
It's 3-0.
No, we're not talking
Nick's
baseball.
not even listening to the broadcast.
That tells us all we
He
need
says,
to know.
Rangers?
Well, last we heard, they were in a tilt with the Twins. 5-5 was that score. The Rangers need to figure something out here quickly. That skid has gotten going a little too long here, I think.
28-6, first play of the third quarter. Clinton Dixon back at the helm for the Patriots offense. 3 receivers split right, 2 to his left. He fires that way on a little bubble screen. That ball's out. I think that was incomplete. Although the official did not blow it incomplete. He ruled it a catch, a fumble, and a Harlandale takeaway.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Tribe. Come out and make a play on the very first play from scrimmage and get the ball back in great field position for your offense.
You gonna call this a catch? Let's look. Did he have possession? 1, 2, and a good hit and strip. I think they got it right.
Let me see you stripped.
Was that 24 getting his hand in there for Harlandale to make it come out? I think it was, and I think that was Jacob Fonseca with the cause. And Troy Flores with the recovery. And Harlandale has new life with the football at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, great play by Fonseca, and then again, man, Troy, Flores, having a big night.
Well, guys, I was able to talk to Coach Torres, and that's exactly what he wanted to do, is get some turnovers and stop the big play. He said they need to get back to the basics in this second half. Those, just like that.
It's inevitable.
That was a good start
Matt,
to the half, guys.
Bad luck, Matt. You're bad luck.
Good luck or bad luck?
Well, your touchdowns.
Yes, so you were good luck in that you're talking while there's a big play going on. You're bad luck in that you were born and you didn't have the benefit of having eyes in the back of your head.
Hey, guys, if it ever gets boring on the broadcast, send it down. We'll be fine. I'll just talk for a couple of seconds, and then something will happen behind me.
Yeah,
so
and we'll miss it.
Very nice.
But anyway, Coach Torres says he needs something like that to happen. He needs to create turnovers and get touchdowns instead of allowing the long plays and throwing jump balls up to Nathaniel Ortega over here. So good start to the second half for Harlandale.
You know what? The kick is up. Was it? I don't know. I didn't see it. It's all 28-12.
Well, here's the touchdown, wide open, and then a great move at the end to get Harlandale back on the scoreboard, and lightning is struck twice here in the second half of the Tribe.
So we've got ourselves a football game.
You're watching Taco Cabana.
28-12. Veterans Memorial will get it when we come back.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is sponsored by the Vietnam Army Grunt Museum.
All of a sudden, new life for the Harlandale Indians, down 28-12 after the second half Rhino Roofers opening kickoff. Just one play for Veterans Memorial. Trey Flores came up with a fumble. And Jacob Saucedo led the Indians to a quick touchdown drive with the completion to Michael Palomino. Should we recreate that touchdown, since we haven't been able to call a couple tonight? Saucedo back to pass, rolls to his right, fires, caught, touchdown, Palomino. Here's the kickoff, and it will be taken and returned. A rarity tonight. Look at the speed by that young man. Went down, so excited he wanted to keep going. That was Nehemiah Pratt, the senior safety, and Lots of explosive firepower from the Veterans Memorial Patriots. We've seen it all night. Big playmakers, the difference in this ball game with their speed.
And new life for Harlandale. You know, you go to halftime, you regroup. Things didn't really go your way in the first half, minus the first drive of the ball game. Again, just like they started the contest, start the third quarter on fire. Now we'll see if the defense can do it again.
Clinton Dixon, the QB. He'll take the snap, roll to his right, complete it. Downing is brought down. Nice tackle there by Harlandale's Noah Huizar. Good one-on-one coverage there, sure tackling. Second down and 9.
About the play design there. Talk about a lot for a defense to look at, right? You don't know if the quarterback's taking it. You don't know if the running back's taking it. Then neither one of them do, and they flip it outside. So good job by Huizar staying in the play.
Dixon brings a man in motion. Hands to Bassett, who's dropped. Good form tackle there on the outside. And that's our hero of the night, Nicholas Rodriguez, who's had lots of those tonight. Stayed at home, good tackle.
Indeed. Harlandale, everybody bunched up around the line of scrimmage and doing a really good job of getting some hats near the football.
Third down and 7 for the Pats. Straight drop. Dixon rolls now. Fires deep. Got a man wide open. Got it. Touchdown. Made it look easy. It's Downing's third of the night. Just blew by his man one-on-one. And Dixon dropped it out there right in stride.
I was no sooner going to say Harlandale is tempting. Look at this alignment down on defense. They are tempting Veterans Memorial to go for a home run ball. And if you're going to play that many guys in the box, you got to press the receivers a little better than that, especially as fast as some of these Vets guys are.
The kick is on its way. It's up and it is good. And the Pats extend their lead, make it 35-12, 10:15 to go here. We're taking a break and coming back with more Thursday Night Lights. We are back where it is 35-12. Veterans Memorial over Harlandale after a nice long pass from Clinton Dixon to Jaquan Downing. Dixon with a really nice ball there.
Indeed, dropped it right in the breadbasket. And again, you know, it's not an easy play, especially early on in the year, right? Got to locate the ball and dealing with lights. Good job on both ends.
Another returnable kick, this time from the Indians. Cutting it still on his feet. Now knocked out of bounds is Palomino, who has the last touchdown for Harlandale. Let's go down to the sidelines. Matt Roy has an update on the injury that we saw earlier to Acuna.
Yeah, guys, Robert Acuna scary and seen in the first half. His face mask was taken off, but talked to Coach Torres. He said it is good news. Everything very precautionary. I think we all got used to saying an abundance of caution. Well, this was truly an abundance of caution. I saw him getting on a stretcher into the ambulance, being taken, I believe, to the hospital. But Coach Torres said everything is strictly precautionary and that he is going to be okay. He had movement in his arms and legs, so good there. And then on the Veterans Memorial side, Sebastian Walker, big D lineman, number 6, is out for the game with some sort of head injury as well.
All right, thank you, Matt. New set of downs for the Harlandale Indians. Countywide Service Company first down for Saucedo and company. Hands to Molina, who's got the seam. What you want to do, Chuck, is you want to get a block here and a block here and run it in the alley. That was just for you, Chuck.
Thank you, Vincenzo Lombardi.
I think they ran that one just for you. Ran it in the alley well. And a nice gain of 7. It'll be set up 2nd down and 3.
Fun watching these guys run their offenses tonight. Jacob Saucedo looks like he's going to be another guy that's going to knock on the door for all-district performer. You know, he's got designs on playing college football too, and yeah, he certainly looks the part.
Slings this one out. Palomino again takes a nice hit, but not after he picks up a few. That'll move the sticks. It'll be another countywide service company 1st down. Saucedo keeping his squad in the football game after that last drive, although Veterans Memorial answered. Harlandale capable of big plays as we've seen. Had one on the first drive of the game. Again, that's Molina. He's brought down with a one-on-one tackle. Kaiwan Hennigan on the play. Again, a nice gain of about 3 on 1st down. Give him a chance to convert here.
It's a nice piece that Chance did on the Scholar Athletes too at halftime, I must say, but not a surprise from the mind of David Chancellor.
Yeah, getting to know these kids and talk to them, you know, just like regular guys. Show off their personalities. That ball just a little high for the intended receiver. Isaiah Hernandez. One-on-one coverage with Hennigan again. Hennigan again.
Begin again. Or if you have any doubts about Jacob's arm strength, it was just settled right there. Threw a missile.
Third down, and we'll call it 7. Little screen underneath and sniffing it out nicely and making the play is Veterans Memorial's Jay-Sean Perkins. Really nice play to come up there and blow it up.
You got that right. He saw that all the way, right? He's a returner from last year, playing like a veteran right there.
Sets up 4th down and 9. And Saucedo will drop back to do the kicking honors. Gets it off clean. Kick drifting towards the sideline, out of bounds right across the 30-yard line. Veterans Memorial will have it right there at their own 31 when we come back with a 35-12 lead. 7:34 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Thursday Night Lights. Welcome back. It is the Dr. Drake Sleep Solutions Smile Cam and the Harlandale Cheer Squad, Spirit Squad, with a lot to smile about, even though they're behind on the scoreboard. Football season is here, which means they get to perform. You get to come out and watch your friends play football. Nothing better in the state of Texas than high school football. We're glad to have a 15th anniversary season of Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights. Dixon keeps, picks up about 4 on 1st down. The brainchild of Dean Radla and David Ostmo 15 years ago. Who would have thought it would turn into what it's become? These kids absolutely love playing on TNL. We were at their practices this week. The great Jack Green getting these previews and talking to the players, and they know, because when they're not on, they're watching from home and they're watching those other kids get that trophy at the end of the game and celebrating. And oh man, I wish we could play on TNL and get their chance and know that everybody in the city's watching on TV.
Yeah, it is amazing how Dean's brainchild has kind of just exploded over the years as the vets get a free play, presumably.
Yeah, it's turned into quite a franchise. Chris Koffis, our producer extraordinaire, doing such hard work every week to
result of the play will be a 1st
reach
down.
out to these teams. Our sales team reaching out for all the many sponsors that we have. So many sponsors like Taco Cabana, Gomez Law Firm, Steele, Chrysler Dodge, as you heard earlier, want to be a part of the spirit of football in the community. And it's turned into a lasting franchise. 15 years. Congratulations to all those guys who got it started.
And congratulations, too, to Coach Lenoff back in the day, SAISD. I mean, there were some people that really wanted to play every single week when it was hard to find schools that wanted to participate. They weren't really sure how we were going to be able to pull this off. And it's just amazing, the growth. And it's like you said, I mean, you go from that to now it's like, please put us on, please put us on. Coaches are willing to give up a day of practice.
Play on a short week.
That's
yeah.
Right. It's
move a game.
It's a yearbook for these kids.
We've had teams this year move Friday night games to Thursdays to be on, and that's asking a lot because, quite honestly, administrators, people don't love Thursday night games because the kids got to go to school the next day. A lot of times it makes your week short after playing on a Friday the week before. But they know the value that it has, not just showcasing these football players, but they love to showcase their entire community. And that's those scholars, the band, drill team, pep squads. It has a lasting value to. And we've seen kids that played in this game 13, 14 years ago that are now grown up and coaching, and they've still got this DVD or the game they taped that grandma and granddad wanted all those years ago. It's a keepsake. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the fact that these games are on YouTube too.
Yeah.
If you want to go back and watch them, or better yet, if you need some file video of a guy from back in the day, there's a good chance that somebody that you had starring in one of those games is going to show up and show out.
15 years ago, I think Frank Harris was 15 years ago playing at Clemens, wasn't it? 15 years ago? Maybe not.
I don't think it was that long ago.
Frank's what, 34 now? Here's a good one. Chris Kotfa's flashback. He's flashing back in the truck again. 2013.
Rolling to his right, fires, caught, touchdown, Harlandale.
Looking right the whole way. Now fires and caught, touchdown, Pedroza. Brandon Ramon keeps and scores.
Coach tells us to take pride in what you do, and we're just trying to get that 1 yard. And every inch counts, and that 1 inch counted today.
How about that out at Harlandale Memorial Stadium back in the day? Brandon Ramon, I remember that one. Never forget the Burbank comeback out at Spring Sports Stadium in one of our first years. No whistle. No whistle. He's going to keep grinding.
Wow. He's not tackled when we thought he was tackled.
Just kept grinding.
Let's take a look.
His knee's on an arm. Yeah, that's good.
Still going. Oh, look at that. Play ball, 21. Love it.
Played through the whistle. Didn't ever hear it. Good job by the referees, too, not to blow it down. Saucedo keeps this time to the outside. He'll dance out of bounds after a gain of about 5.
Yeah, that Burbank game, that was still an all-timer, right? We thought there's no way we're going to see a ball game in the second half. And not only do we see a ball game, we saw an all-timer.
I don't remember how many points they scored in that second half, but they went from like 20 down to 20 up, I think, right?
It was just an unbelievable ball game on both sides of the ball for the Bulldogs back then. I don't even remember the year, but I'll never forget that game.
Never forget that one. Never forget the Fredericksburg 2-point conversion with no time left, right at Bernie. Was that a couple years ago?
Yep.
That was a fun one.
Boy, they're just missing on offense on some of these balls, right? I mean, they make that connection. That's a big game. Play design's great. Just a little off on a couple of these plays.
So it'll be 3rd down and 7. Need to convert this one deep in your own territory. Keep this hopes alive in this game. 35-12 here near the end of the 3rd.
They've run the same play again.
Jacobs going to make more of them than he does not. He fires over the seam behind Palomino, and that'll set up 4th down, and they'll have to punt it away this deep.
Just miscommunication there. Might have been the route.
Again, both these teams expected to contend for playoff spots. Both of them picked by Texas Football Magazine to finish 2nd. Of course, in these districts, in the Veterans Memorial District, you got Liberty Hill. They're a state power. And then Alamo Heights has just been running roughshod over this district since they joined a couple of years ago. District 14, 5A Division II. And so you would expect Alamo Heights and Liberty Hill to both be the favorites in those districts. But again, Harlandale and Veterans Memorial picked 2nd in their respective districts. And so we should see these two teams in the playoffs again this year. Last year they met in the 1st round.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing for Harlandale, right? I mean, they made the 1st round last year, and they got darn near all of their defensive starters back from a year ago. So you got to believe that they're going to be even better than what they were a season ago. And we've seen some flashes tonight, and then, you know, kudos to Veterans Memorial. I mean, you come out here without your hoss, and you find out you got some other hosses, too, that you can work with.
Chuck, your wish is Chris Kotvas' command. It is the Burbank comeback on the flashback.
Yeah. The last Burbank win over Highlands was way back in 1978 when Kansas's Carry On Your Wayward Son was #1. 3rd down and a country mile for Cervantes. It's picked off. Burbank's got an interception and a touchdown.
Are you kidding me? This is something else, this turnaround.
Fakes it, keeps it. Sanchez with room. Sanchez. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Luna. Touchdown. And the Burbank Bulldogs have exploded in the 2nd half.
You're a Highlands grad.
37 points in the 4th quarter.
See, it's funny. I just no sooner get out of my mouth. I'll never forget that game. I don't remember 37 points in the 4th quarter.
Man, that was great. That tiny little press box over at Spring Sports Stadium.
Oh, yeah. It's fantastic. What a night.
There's been some great moments, a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of these kids grow up, go on to do great things, come back and coach. Nick Smizek, remember Nick Smizek, the second baseman on the McAllister Park Little League team, was a heck of a running back for Churchill. We had him a couple of years in the Gucci Bowl, and then Nick goes on to a coaching career. See him all grown up. It's fun to watch. Got a player down. We will take a break while they attend to him. It's been all Veterans Memorial here, 35-12, 4:14 to go in the 3rd. Little pass out into the flat. Looked like it might be a double pass the way they set that up, but it's not, and it's a short gain for the Veterans Memorial Patriots here. 2nd down, about 8. We tick inside 4 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Veterans Memorial now in control of this game. You would think they would be content running clock here on the ground, but again, they'll throw. Got a man wide open, caught across the 20, inside the Central Med red zone, down all the way to the 5-yard line. That's Nathaniel Ortega. He's shaken up. 2 players down on this one as they both fell awkwardly. And both banged up a little bit. Didn't see what happened at the end of that play. Big gain for Veterans Memorial, but an awkward landing for both players.
And this has been one heck of a physical football game here in week 1.
As Veterans Memorial has gone to their backup Alex Lopez, threw a touchdown pass earlier. And we have a look at how they came down. One of the young men making the tackle has returned to his feet. That's Ruben Abundis. And now the Veterans Memorial player, Nathaniel Ortega, getting back to his feet as well. He's limping off.
Mm.
Let's take a look at the end of this play. It's a big play, and then was it one of those horse collar deals where the awkward landing? Yeah, he kind of got rolled up on, I think, on the back end. Watch his leg. I don't know.
He took the brunt of the weight.
Yeah, both just awkward more than anything, and bouncing off that turf.
44 yards on the completion. First down.
We are back in 15 seconds.
Do you know a San Antonio teen in 7th to 12th grade looking for ways to get involved in the community? They can apply to be a Project Worth Teen Ambassador today. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
Ortega in some pain there with what looks to be some sort of leg injury. But inside the Central Med red zone with a new countywide service company first down. And that's completed. That might go the distance, and it does. Downing, is that his third or fourth touchdown of the night? That's number 4 for Jaquan Downing. Somebody say player of the game nominee.
Star is born here tonight. Always open and always knows where the end zone is.
Nice play, too, by the young backup quarterback, Alex Lopez.
Took a shot there at the end from Troy Flores.
That kick is up and snuck in the left goal post. It is good. It is 42-12.
You want to save some of these for district. Ooh, nice feet, good vision, and into the end zone before he gets whacked.
As you said, Chuck, he's got a knack for the end zone. Turned it up quickly and followed it right in.
Yeah, it's been a pretty special performance here by this Veterans Memorial offense. Defense hasn't played poorly either. They've given up some big plays, but for the most part, they've held up their end of the bargain as well.
A lot of football this weekend. College football season kicking off on News 4. We got Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish, taking on Navy Saturday at 1:30. Raiders taking on the Cowboys on the CW35 in a preseason matchup. And then Sunday, we've got the Texans and Saints on Fox at 7 o'clock. Also preseason football action.
Curious to see how these teams divvy up playing time here. You know how the Cowboys are going to do it. Really roll the bones in these preseason games if you play some of your hosses. We've seen a lot of guys go down already in training camp at the NFL level. And you see what we've seen here tonight between Veterans Memorial and Harlandale.
Just got a text.
Games are physical.
Our man Nick Smizek is the offensive coordinator at Roosevelt. You say it here and your phone blows up.
Right.
That's awesome. Glad to know people are watching. 42-12, 2:53 to go. That looked like an arena ball play. It looked like a little motion.
Nice play.
Saucedo got a man right down the seam. Gonna score. Touchdown, Indians. Roger Dominguez, his second big play of the night. Is it coming back? I don't see any flags, but apparently, there it is. Right at about the 30, 25-yard line.
Legal block in the back on Harlandale on the play. 10 yards from the foul. Result of the play will be a first down.
All right, let's see if we can pick it up here. No question about it. I don't know if that was going to affect the play or not, but it doesn't matter. You can't hit a guy in the back. But a big play for the Indians, no doubt, and they needed it. Just a matter of, were they going to be able to find the open receiver right there? And indeed they did. Great job all the way around by the Harlandale Indians on that one to pick up the sticks. And a lot of that, Don, was created. Jacob Saucedo doing a great job of looking around the ballpark, number one. Obviously, he had plenty of time. And they've had a couple of those plays over the middle that they just haven't been able to connect on tonight, and finally got one, and it went all the way to the house.
So still 2:17 to go here in the third, looking for that momentum that they got before that penalty. Be third down and about 7.
I feel like these defenses have been on the field all night, right? Some guys that are getting winded. Throw the heat in there as well. And week one, takes a while to get your game stamina up.
I think they're 2-down territory for sure with the score 42-12. Nothing to lose.
Yeah, they got a single over here on the right.
Saucedo directing traffic, now going deep one-on-one coverage. And incomplete. Tell you what, Saucedo is not afraid to throw it up and let his receivers make plays when they're covered.
Yeah, you're
Trust
getting to
those guys.
Right, you're getting to the point in the game too where you got nothing to lose. You need some scores and you need them quickly.
So they'll go for it here on 4th down.
So they got a holding call on the defense. May have caught a break there.
Don't forget, coming up after the game, we give away our Monarch trophies. Monarch's been with us from the very beginning. 344-3777. They've got all your business plaques, team awards, you name it, they've got it at Monarch Trophy. And we'll give away the player of the game and the team champion tonight. Thanks to our friends at Monarch. Saucedo trying to make something out of nothing, slides down, may get a penalty there. He wants one, he's asking for one. Looked like Veterans Memorial went headhunting right there and didn't get the call, and he's exasperated over that.
Yeah, looks like that should have been one that came in.
So we're under a minute to play here in the third. 2nd down and 9. Showing blitz are the Pats.
Oh, what a run. Love it.
Molina picking and choosing his way down to the Central Med red zone inside the 15. That'll set up another countywide service company first down, and Indians are on the move here as the third quarter's ticking down to its final seconds. See if they get another play off.
Zion limping around a little bit there, but boy, did he do a nice job letting his blocks get set up before he popped it right through there.
Salcedo got some room over there. Does a nice job of buying some time. That ball was batted back to him. That'll be the end of the quarter, with Veterans Memorial leading Harlandale 42-12. We've still got a whole quarter action to go. We're coming back with the fourth quarter of Thursday Night Lights after this. Welcome back. Time for the third quarter highlights. Our Harlandale Independent School District highlights. And Veterans Memorial coughed it up. First play of the quarter. That gave the Harlandale Indians some life. And they went right to work. Jacob Salcedo going to Palomino again. All of a sudden we had ourselves a football game. It was 28-12 after this play right here. Nice play. We go back to live action. And almost another pick by that Veterans Memorial secondary. Nathaniel Ortega's had a couple of those tonight.
Yeah, those DBs on the back end have done a really nice job. And I'll tell you what, the Harlandale offensive line have done a really great job tonight too. Big Nathaniel DeLuna in the middle, and then you have Alberto Reyes, the right guard, Rene Casillas, the other guy on the right side, and then Joe Rodriguez and Andres Reyes over on the left side. These guys have done a pretty good job keeping their quarterback clean all night and giving him a lot of time to throw.
Third down and long, 17 yards to go. Salcedo throws underneath, and that time that little screen to Molina was snuffed out again by that Veterans Memorial defense. And again, it was Jayshon Perkins, I believe, who was in pursuit. He's done a nice job a couple times to close the gap quickly.
And Zion's playing on guts and guile right now too. He's been hit quite a number of times tonight, and he's still letting it fly here on opening night.
Timeout taken by Harlandale, and we'll take it with them. It's 42-12, all Pats at this point. Welcome back, 42-12 our score. Still a lot of energy from that Harlandale Spirit group. Coach Torres and his team looking forward to a successful season. Right now they got their hands full with Veterans Memorial, but they're trying to get on the board here in Patriot territory. 4th and 17, straight drop for Saucedo. Now he's pressured. He'll throw back over the middle. That's caught. That might score.
Yeah, get it.
Give him a signal. They both got him down to the 1 yard line. That was close. Palomino with another big play. They'll set up 1st and goal.
And if you're wondering, you know, I know we said Rene Palomino's name earlier. It's his uncle. So Harlandale legacy players here.
Option pitch.
Boy, good job after the bad pitch there to stay in the play if you're Jacob Salcedo.
Why go backwards? Zion Molina's your stud.
Well, some of this too is, you know, obviously at this point in the game, you're working on some stuff that you want to be able to use going forward.
I thought that ball might have crossed the goal line. That was interesting. We had different.
That was a great tackle for sure if he didn't score to keep him out.
Yep. His rear end was on the half-yard line, but the way he spun. They both had the same call. Run it to the outside again. A big lick there by the outside 22, coming up and laying some wood. Darius Thompson, junior corner.
Yeah, 22-10. There were a host of others, right? Tavion Warren.
Tavion Warren's a heck of an athlete. Saw him last year.
And just a really good job not letting anybody get to the edge.
2-down territory again here for Saucedo. He seemed to be able to make magic a couple of times tonight. Knocking on the door on 1st and goal from the 1-foot line. Gone backwards. And
Dead ball, delay of game on the offense.
Delay of
5
game
yards
here.
from the previous spot. Repeat 3rd down.
I almost said delay of game. I almost guessed it, but I didn't want to ruin my perfect streak. And I wasn't 100% sure.
That's right. No sense ruining what's been a perfect evening, right? You take your 3-0 and you go to next week.
I'm kicking myself though, you know? It's when you're at the roulette table and you're like, black, 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 and you don't put the chip down. And then it lands on black. You kick yourself. Trips to the right-hand side. 4th and 15. And it's incomplete. Harlandale was knocking on the door with 1st and a foot. And an option pitch on 1st down ruined the drive.
Yeah, had some guys open down there too.
But both the scoreboard and the marker were wrong, so now it's 4th and 15. First week for everybody.
You got that right.
Saucedo now on 4th and 15 is drilled and is dropped. Christopher Nadal, the senior linebacker, getting through, and he's fired up about it.
As he should be.
I saw that kid during warm-ups, and he was leading the way, man. He was leading everybody.
Letting everybody know about it too, right?
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, got it on TV as well.
So the ball goes over on downs, and it'll be Veterans Memorial's ball with 9 minutes to go and a 42-12 lead. And this is a chance where Bobby Irvin will get a chance to see a lot of different folks. First game of the year, wants to see what everybody's got. K1 Hennigan, or excuse me, that's Jeremiah Darden on the carry.
Is that Nico again busting through and getting some shoes?
Nico's getting in there. Dixon's back at quarterback. Let's go down to the sidelines. Matt Roy is going to talk to us during a touchdown.
Yep, I'm just here to call touchdowns, guys. 79 yards right here. No, but Nathaniel Ortega, he's out for the game. I saw him get some ice on his ankle after that collision over there on the left side of the field, or on the far side of the field, excuse me. So, Chuck, you said on the podcast this week that both teams were going to know they played a football game, and I guarantee you everyone's walking out of here and getting some ice after this one.
Yeah, it's not the same when you go through training camp, especially the way they train these days. There's not a whole lot of contact anymore. And so this will be for a lot of teams tomorrow night on Fridays, there'll be a lot of people in bed with ice packs on Saturday. Dixon still on his feet, across the 50. Nice gain by Clinton Dixon. That's a countywide service company first down.
We probably haven't given Clinton Dixon enough love tonight, right? I mean, this is his first chance to really lead this team as the signal caller, and he's done it with his feet, done it with his arm, gotten everybody where they needed to go, overcame James Peoples not being here. Just a fantastic performance by that young guy.
Little bubble screen there to Anthony Areola. Young man was our scholar athlete.
Yeah, they're still working on some things too. I mean, you have to take advantage of these things, right? You're in a game situation, and scoreboard be darned. You got to be able to work out some of these kinks in the course of a live action ball game that you can take forward with you.
A lot of timing issues you want to get worked out, blocking schemes. That ball's short armed and a little short of Darden, the intended receiver. Set up third down, about 6.
We reached the point in the game where the uniforms are, by the way.
Okay. You know what I noticed? First thing I noticed about Harlandale's Indian uniforms, 77 is a great number for a big offensive tackle.
That's fair.
I love 77 on an offensive tackle. I love the 100, which is paying homage to their anniversary of the high school. That's a fantastic look.
Yeah, it's a nice touch, too, because it's subtle.
Yeah.
Still going with the regular logo.
The circle, yeah. But I will bring this up, and it's going to be a little awkward. How much longer can they wear that logo? Like, you know, we have the Guardians and we have the Commanders. They're going to be able to hold off PC World? I don't know. They haven't blinked yet. And it's a throwback to the old Washington uniforms that, even though Washington changed theirs, they didn't change their look. They got good block numbers, something Veterans Memorial does not have, and that I will go off on when the Uniform Czar returns.
Old man in the
We are back 42-12. Harlandale with the football. Let's see if we can find number 77. I'll show you how great a uniform that number looks on a big tackle. That's that. And we're back. Veterans Memorial 42-12. The Uniform Czar continues here on 2nd and 7. Been very impressed with Saucedo despite the score tonight. Showed a lot of poise. He's going to do very well in their district. That's a flutter ball, though. That might be trouble. Broken up.
You get a PI, though.
Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, he's really good at setting up linemen, setting up receivers, squares his shoulders nice, does a lot of things. I mean, you could tell he's got a really good feel for the game on top of being wildly talented.
Pass interference on the defense. 15
Pass
yards from the previous spot.
Okay, so
automatic first down.
You look at the uniforms and you look at Harlandale's clean look, very nice, and you look at their block numbers. I told you how great 77 is on an offensive lineman. Clear, easy to read. Now remember, in the early days of football, the reason they put numbers on jerseys were for player identification, so people knew who was who. Before that, they all played in shirts with no numbers on it. So the name of the game for numbers is player identification. You want the fans, you want broadcasters, you want people at home to know who's who. When you get into these Veterans Memorial numbers, what font style is that? Fred Flintstone? Or is it rollerball with James Caan?
I think it's more rollerball, but Don, I'm going to say, I don't.
Like, what is that? What is that? What is that number? Is that B?
I don't know. I'm thinking you might need to go to the optometrist. Because
just,
I can see it. I like the color contrast on these. Not to steal any of your thunder, but
no.
I feel like somebody's got to counterpunch every now and then.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But that 2, what is that 2? Why is it broken off on the 10? Like, sometimes the 8 looks like a 9 and the 9 looks like an 8 because you're not complete. Like, how it crinkles up there. You don't know what number that is. But I love the VM on the helmet. I love the white helmets. I love the red, white, and blue color scheme. I love everything. I'm just a traditionalist with block numbers. I don't like the let's get cute and try something from some weird font style. That's just me. Other uniform czars may see it differently.
Well, that sure was a nice cut right there.
Nice play. Good speed, too.
A nice tackle at the end, too, and Joseph Esparza's feeling it.
And I don't care who it is. If you wear an all white, like a white jersey with white pants, that's clean. That looks good. It's a countywide service company first down as we tick inside of 5 minutes and 30 seconds to play here. I noticed that everybody in my ear and Chuck all ran from the how long can Harlandale wear those uniforms?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's easy to touchy. But it's good tradition there at Harlandale. And they're traditionalists. I wonder if they were ever threatened with any sort of copyright infringement.
These pro teams are pretty good about not doing that kind
Right?
of stuff.
Most of them,
They're
right?
paying the homage to it, and finally got a late flag here on Salcedo.
Yeah, because there's a lot of high schools that have done that over the years. Like Taft looks like a lot like the Texas Rangers logo on their hat. You would think if you're a cool professional franchise, you wouldn't worry about. You think you look at it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Right?
Personal foul, face mask
Kennedy
on the
paying
defense.
homage to the
15
Jets.
yards from the end of the run. Automatic
cool
first
looks.
down.
But then again, Dan Snyder, you would expect that guy to be a suit.
Let's see what we got here.
It's kind of a horse collar and face mask all in one. Maybe late too.
Well, he's got to stay out of play because his helmet came off. You got the double whammy on that one if you're Salcedo. That doesn't seem fair.
That one does not seem fair. So into quarterback, Harlandale is Norberto Luna. He's a junior. He'll gladly take his first snap of the
False
season.
start on the offense. 5
We'll get a
yards
false
for the
start.
previous spot. Repeat first down.
And that gives us time to look at one more time at Dr. Drake's Select Sleep Solutions Smile Cam. Patriot Pound Club. There's a young man who does his lifting in the weight room. Got 225 in it.
That's pretty darn strong. Get him out on the football field.
He's in the 225 club. Luna making a play.
Oh, got some room to navigate now.
He's got some speed too. He juked himself. Is he okay? Boy, I hope he's okay. That knee did kind of twist awkwardly.
Roberto Luna, the quarterback, keeps the ball, runs around the left side. Officials timeout on the field.
Hate to see that. Non-contact. He stuck his foot in the ground to make a play, and the knee didn't go the right way. I was encouraged by the way he first jumped up like it's going to be okay.
Yeah, and this has been one kind of a ball game when it comes to injuries. Cheapers.
Yeah, I'm hoping this. He gets up pretty quickly, walks this off.
Yeah, but as we've seen with DeMarvion Overshone, even if you do that, doesn't mean that something's not serious.
That's not good. Hate for that kid. Got his first opportunity and made 2 good plays.
Yeah, he was moving around great. Looked like he was going to be tough to take down.
We're back in 15 seconds.
Hey San Antonio teens! Are you looking for ways to share your voice, creativity, and ideas on ways to positively impact the community? Become a Project Worth Teen Ambassador. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
And we're back. I think both coaches would like to just get these squads into the locker room at this point. A lot of carnage here in week 1. Three or 4 injuries here. Both schools suffering injuries. Salcedo back in at quarterback. He'll roll and just get rid of the football. That'll stop the clock with 4 minutes. Down 30. But I think we've seen enough of Salcedo and the Indians again to think that the prognosticators may be onto something as far as their predictions for this team to do well in their district.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, as we've said, there have been some plays that they've had down the field. And if they make a couple of those plays, maybe the scoreboard looks a little bit differently. But, also, too, both of these teams have paid the price in terms of getting guys banged up tonight. You just hope that doesn't affect them going forward.
More time, fires over the middle, got a guy just over Palomino's hand. Palomino's had a nice game tonight. And we focused on Aaron Hoyle early in the broadcast. He was one of our heroes off the top. He's a 2-year starter, captain, track star as well, and he gets involved in the Beyond the Game mentorship with the Patriot Pals, doing his job in the community. Good for him.
Yeah, and this guy looks the part too, walking around the ballpark. Again, we talked about it at the onset. You get lasered on a 4.5 and you're that kid's size, and you get some looks.
Here's Salcedo. Over the middle again, got a man, touchdown, Harlandale. And that one completed to Joseph Esparza, his first score of the night, and Harlandale not going away.
Yeah, Joseph doing a really good job making that reception, even with his jersey draped over his pads. Wonder if that happened on the play. All kinds of time for Salcedo, and he does not miss. He was already coming out of his shirt before he scored.
Salcedo's so good, just patience. He just knows where guys are supposed to be.
Sees the field. Yep, they'll get a lot of this timing issues down too as they go through the course of the year.
Had some problems on extra points tonight, but that one's good. 2 flags fly. Chuck, you've got an update on some rule changes this year when it comes to extra points.
Well,
right?
yeah, the referees were doing a nice job schooling me up before the ball game.
Offside. Defense.
Penalty on an extra point.
Extra point is good.
Unbeknownst to me, that if you're going to rush on an extra point, you must have at least one hand on the ground. So you can't have somebody just line up and get around the edge and try to lay out and block a kick. If they do that, they have to have a hand on the ground before they rush at the ball to try to block it.
That is a new rule in 2023.
Yes, sir.
Hey, don't forget to vote for our Christus Children's $5,000 band grant. You just scan that QR code right there. To vote for your T&L band, scan the code, visit cw35.com/station/contests. Chuck, how many QR codes you scan a week, a month, a year?
None.
You ever?
Not, well, I mean, in
have you ever?
2020, quite a bit. Like you go to a restaurant, there were no menus or anything, but I'm on my phone enough. So just
like,
soon somebody email me something.
If you're
please.
logging into your Netflix or your Amazon Prime or whatever, that thing pops up and they say,
I don't even know what you're talking about. What are those?
You go to your computer or do you use the scan code?
Well, I know we have those things at my house. I honestly
Don't know
can't
how
remember
they
the
work.
last time I got onto Netflix. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah. I got to admit, I'm better with the computer.
Mhm.
Like I'd rather break out the laptop to sign into stuff. But my kids are making fun of me. So I have to start scanning more QR codes in my life and become more adept at that stuff.
I probably need to as well, but Don, I'm also the guy that pays bills every 2 weeks with a ledger, a checkbook,
And a pen.
And a pen and stamps, and I'm that guy.
Oh, my wife's helped me too. She takes pictures of checks now and deposits them. I know that's not.
My wife does that too. I can't go there.
You sign the back and take it to the bank and lock it in.
I don't sign the back anymore. They've made that easy. They've taken that out of
5 yards from where the ball went out of bounds. The ball will be placed at 31. First down.
David Chancellor does.
I don't think David, though, has direct deposit. I at least have that.
They made him. Everybody's got direct deposit.
Okay. But he was the guy that would get his check and walk it in.
Every time.
Can't blame the guy.
He was the last person in the company. They said, dude, you have to get direct deposit. We're not giving you a paper check.
Look out. We got ourselves a big old run.
Down the sideline to the 40. This young man got his opportunity earlier. Dallas Harrell as a backup.
Now look how long he is. And obviously doesn't go down very easily either.
He's just a junior, too.
I guarantee he's going to earn some more carries with a run like that. Show me. If you show me. Got to make the most of your opportunities, right?
Countywide Service Company, first down, stoppage of the clock right here. And we got
on
a
the
false
offense.
start.
5 yards from the previous spot. Repeat first down.
Yeah, I think you got to adapt. I think technology, whatever comes, you got to kind of got to bite the bullet and do it.
Not me, man. I'm going to be pretty good. I'm going to be in good shape when the zombie apocalypse hits.
Country boy can't survive.
I wouldn't go that far, but you know, you got to have the Croatian 2000 at the house, and
Hey, we've got, you know, we have the collision of the game. Well, this year we have the Beluga Air whale of a collision. Get it? That's cool. We've got a few of them. Jacob Saucedo on the wrong end of that one. It's a lot of sacks by that Veterans Memorial defense. They've had Christopher Nadu and a few others make big plays tonight. Our Beluga Air whale of a collision.
is it whale or whale?
Whale. The sea was angry that day, my friends. Like an old man sending soup back at a deli.
I don't know. I can't even say familiarity, and I'm worried about whale or whale.
Whale. Very impressive performance by Veterans Memorial's Patriots tonight. Going without James Peoples. We wish we could have seen him as much as you do. That young man, keep an eye on him the rest of the season. Don't know if he'll be back next week. Got the sense that it was a thigh bruise of some sort. Nothing structural. But seeing him walk around in street clothes, you can see why he's going to Ohio State and had offers from Alabama, Texas, and Oklahoma. Those kids look different than the kids that are offered by other schools. And Georgia's even more different. But he looks like he'll fit in just fine at Ohio State.
Well, Coach Irvin talked a lot about what kind of a player Peoples is, but was raving more about what kind of a guy he is.
Yeah.
And he went on and on about the kind of teammate he is, the kind of son that he is, the kind of player he is. And he said even though he's verbal to Ohio State, he's committed. I mean, once this kid says what he's going to do, you can lock it in a box. And he's going there. Good as his word, very mature. It was to listen to him talk this week about his team and this season. And I think there's a big part of who James Peoples is as a player that really wanted to go tonight. But, man, it's a long year, Don, you know. I mean, this kid's got a bright future. And, I mean, if there's any doubts about not playing,
yeah,
he said he got nicked up a week ago. You know, you err on the side of caution. I mean, especially you look at what's happened here tonight. I mean, there's been a lot of guys that have sadly had to go to the sideline this evening. So, you know, coach has made the decision, and that's the end of it. But I know the young man felt really, really bad about not being able to showcase himself and his team here tonight.
And what's striking to me about that video is that's not the kid I saw tonight. That's the kid from last year.
That's the Smurf.
That's his
that
little brother.
He ate from last year.
Yeah. I see a kid that's put on 15 or 20 since that video. So his legs, his lower torso, his calves, his thighs, I mean, he's the real deal. Probably, I don't know, Malcolm Brown was the last back that we had from this area that had that kind of pedigree. As far as, a guy that you could think could
size and speed,
everything to play at that level. Because you got to be a big kid to deal with the punishment of 20 carries a game at that level.
Yeah, and I read an article, I think it was a couple years old, that said that James was a huge Zeke Elliott fan growing up. So obviously, you'd make the assumption that Ohio State was going to be the school for him, since that's where Zeke went. But Coach Irvin assured me it was no. That coaching staff worked extra hard, and this is really the best fit for him. That's the way that he's looking at this. It has nothing to do with, following where Zeke Elliott went.
Well, Grandma and Granddad live in Columbus. Dad was in the military. Mom's an Ohio State Buckeye from there. They had an advantage early on, and he went to some camps up there. So they were first, but you got to hand it to them. They stayed with him through all the competition with Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, and others.
Yeah, and we saw some fine players here tonight, too. So, you know, we talked about it, right? It's literally next man up every single year. We had a guy score 4 touchdowns tonight. We didn't know his name before we got to the ballpark. But we'll know it now going forward.
Yep, some great athletes out here tonight. And it's time to take a look at our play of the night. Ron Hoover, RV, and Marine brings you our play of the night. And had some good ones tonight, including Dixon going deep, wide open, in stride, touchdown. Jaquan Downing, one of his 4 touchdowns of the night. That is our Ron Hoover, RV, and Marine play of the night.
I guess Jacob Downing is a 400-meter guy in track, too. So, I mean, we're going to be hearing a lot about this kid going forward.
That could be the last snap of the game. Ethan Tellis on the keeper there, playing some quarterback. Listed as a wide receiver. I think Saucedo may have gotten a little nicked up with that ankle on that last series. That's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. 42-22. Excuse me, 42-19, your final. Veterans Memorial over Harlandale. When we come back, we'll present our Monarch trophies. Matt Roy will have the winning coach, Bobby Irvin, and our player of the game. Don't go anywhere. We hand out the hardware when T&L returns.
Welcome to the Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights post-game show, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back, 42-19, our final score here. It's the Central Med postgame show. The lights are on in the press box where we're at. We're going down to the field. Matt Roy's going to hand out the hardware. He's got Coach Bobby Irvin and the victorious Patriots standing by.
All right, thank you so much, guys. A great game, 42-19 for your Veterans Memorial Patriots. All right. Hey, I need a certain player who had 178 all-purpose yards and 4 touchdowns. Maybe. All right. Let's fix that shoulder pad. There you go. I got to get you looking good. This is for you, my friend. And. Is Mr. Jaquan Downing? This is our 15th season of TNL. You're the first player of the week this year. How does that make you feel?
It feels good. I'm looking forward to next week, running back with my team, get another dub.
42 points. I already know the answer. You guys probably thought you should have put up more. What can you guys improve going into next week?
Staying constant, stay focused on the play that's happening now and not what's ahead or behind.
All right, congratulations, my man. Good job. Hold on. Coach, let me get you over here real quick before we do this. Hold on, let me see the football real quick, guys. All right. Coach, I got too many things here. All right, Coach. In the first half, you guys said you don't want a lot of quick scores. They come out, they score right when the second half starts. How'd you kind of come back from that, keep putting points on the board and stopping them in the second half?
Well, we talk a lot in our program about overcoming adversity, and momentum's always coming our way. And so our kids didn't blink an eye. They just took to the next play, kind of like Jaquan said, not the play before it, not the next one, the one right now. And they did a great job doing that and got us going in the second half.
Yes, sir. And tonight, there's too much narrative around James Peoples, and you guys did it without him tonight. No Peoples, no problem. How does that make you feel that you did it? That you did it without James Peoples tonight, and what confidence does that give you in your team?
Well, we were pretty confident coming in anyways, just because we know the young men that are on this team. We got a lot of great young players, but they're also great people. And so we felt really good about coming into this game with the team that's right here.
All right, well, Coach, congratulations. Let me give this to you. And usually, this is the end. Usually I'll give you guys the trophy and it'll go up. But since this is our first season, or our 15th season, excuse me, of TNL, we also have the Memorial Football. This is the first one of the year going out. Guys, here you go. Back to you guys.
Did you just throw the bouquet?
He did. I don't know who caught it. It's going to get married next. We're coming back. We'll wrap it up here at Rutledge Memorial Stadium when we come back. 42-19, our final. Welcome back. We wrap it up with our Harlandale Independent School District highlights. The Indians scored first after a 60-yard play, but after that, Veterans Memorial showed off speed with a couple of young players that got chances tonight because James Peoples was out. That was Chris Bassett and our player of the game, Jaquan Downey. And of course, Dixon and Luna and the rest of these guys showed off a lot of speed all night long. Harlandale battled throughout the night. Nice play by Jacob Saucedo. I think he's going to be hurt from this season, along with that Indian offense. But just too much speed, too much talent for Veterans Memorial, as has been the case the last 2 years when these teams have played. And Chuck, these Pats can put points on the board.
They can, and kudos to Clinton Dixon stepping into the very large shoes of C.J. Irving and doing a great job and leading these Vets down the field tonight.
Next week, we've got South San and Sotomayor. The Wildcats taking on the Bobcats. The Wildcats' first ever appearance on TNL. And we will join you here next week right here on the CW35. For Chuck Mickatinick, and for Matt Roy down on the sidelines, statistician extraordinaire Nick Funky Cole Medina, Chris Cottas, Brian Watts, and the whole crew in the truck. We'll see you next week. The 15th anniversary season continues with week 2 next week on Thursday Night Lights.